Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome up to Ouachita Parish here in the northeast corner of Louisiana, where it is time for week 9. It is senior night here at Ouachita, and you see that going on in the background. But Nick and I are going to take you through the 29 and a half minutes or so up until kickoff. Exciting night of football. Trojans are getting in some uncharted territory. And to take us through the La Bistro Coffee and Waffle Bar pregame show, we bring in my buddy Nick Magnano. Nick, welcome aboard.
Beautiful evening, 70 degrees, cloudy, so don't have to worry about the sunset. 90% humidity, so it's a little sticky out there. Northeast wind, 4 miles an hour, so wind shouldn't affect much of the game.
It's gusting about 25 behind me with this.
And we're going to keep it gusting about 25. Brett and I have voted 2-1 that we're going to keep the AC going.
This is the second time in the broadcast that y'all are in shorts, and I'm going to put my coat on to call this game. But I don't know if it's just this weight I've lost. My bones are getting a little thin and easy now. That's why we don't give brother-in-law the microphone on there. But big night, Nick. We talked about the Trojans with the opportunity to move to 9-0. They've got a humongous game tonight, of course, against Ouachita. Trojans historically have not played well up in the northeast portion of the state, but those are years gone by, and those games have nothing to do with this game whatsoever. So what do you make of ASH coming up to Ouachita to play the Lions?
Yeah, Ouachita 5-3, and their PR is number 23 in select. I mean non-select, excuse me. They've been competitive. They're very athletic. Their defensive line is very stout. Their playmakers are very athletic, and they played West Monroe to a 15-13 game. They played Ruston to a 22-20 or 21-20 game. With the extra point being tipped. At the end there. So very competitive team. Very athletic, and typical, 2-5A squad that you can count on this for up here in the Northeast. And like you said, Doug, I haven't been a part of many of them up here, but it is just a little different. It is just a little different up here whenever we play these guys away from the Butch.
Indeed, it is, but it's being on the road. Just make sure when they turn those on, that they're reading each other. Turn that on and make sure that it's got it. Sorry, we're still getting into the technical side of this, getting things worked out. Are they going down there to see Brody? Give him that too. All right, now we're back as they start going to senior night. We get into the football side of it. Nick, you said, if I remember, historically coming up here has been kind of tough, and we talked about that a little bit. Ouachita, one of the things that they face in tonight's ball game, and they have over the last couple of games, is some injuries to some key players, and that's one thing that we'll see tonight too. One of their better defensive players is not suited up tonight. But when you get to Ouachita, when you get up in this area, dude, football is the deal, and we talked about it coming in. You see the big industries, you see all of that going on, and this is a football area.
Yeah, I mean they grow up here, and it's their dream to play for their local high schools, and it's very big, as well as, like I said, them being right on the edge of the playoff, at the edge of the playoff bracket there. So they're looking. This will be a big win for them. Would move them up. The PowerPoints will adjust a lot for them if they get this victory. Of course, it could. If we have a Trojan victory, could set up a really big matchup next week.
Certainly,
we're going to focus on tonight. I know,
Look,
but
it was all we could do with Coach Bachman last night. He is the ultimate. Boy, somewhere. Look, if Coach Ernie's wife is home listening to this, she's gonna text him and tell him this. But he's the ultimate not getter ahead of yourself that there is, and that just destroys every English lesson I've ever taken. But you understand what I'm talking about. He will rein it in. He didn't even like talking about the path to the playoffs generally.
Sure. And I don't blame him. I coached for 25 years, and you've coached different teams as well. And, you plan on, what you're doing now. You focus on the moment and everything. And that's the great thing about us up here is we're not looking ahead, but like I said, the importance of this game for Ouachita is that they want to stay in the playoffs, and this will really help them move up. Right. Okay. Important part of this game for Alexandria is the fact that they have a chance to where they win this one, they can go home next week and win the district championship.
And the fact that in District 2-5A, they get an opportunity to be undefeated and go play a potentially undefeated Neville in what would be the biggest game in the history of Butch Stoker Stadium. without a doubt.
Yeah, so there's a lot to play for, like I said, in our eyes, looking at this. But once again, I mean, one play at a time, one first down at a time, as Coach Bachman says, and so they're focused on that. We had a great show last night, even with the weather and Halloween. We packed the indoor patio, as
Right.
as we like to call the garage, I guess, of walk-ons last night. So that was a good thing, and there's a lot of excitement. Best crowd we've probably ever had. I talked to Coach Morrow today. He's gonna join us next week, for the Neville game. But he was the principal at ASH for a number of years, graduated from ASH, coached at ASH. He said last week's crowd was the biggest he'd ever seen.
He's been around, and that's
right.
He was his first game. I think he was at the original game
Yes.
50 years ago when he.
Well, I mean, it's accurate. It's accurate. Yeah,
That's
he
great.
probably played in it.
So one of the things that we look at too is that Ouachita, well, they know all of that too.
Yes.
And what better way to come in, because it's not going to change really anything
No.
that they do. But if they come in and knock that out and ruin all of that, well, how huge is that for the Lions?
Yeah, and like I said, they beat a team that's 8-0, and the power ratings, I mean, the power points
That's right.
just jump up, and it gives them momentum for next week, because next week they have Pineville.
That's right.
So I mean, they could easily end up 7-3. They're 5-3 right now. They also had a big win earlier in the year against Franklin Parish.
Absolutely.
That's the only loss Franklin Parish has. So I mean, they, like I said, they're a very competitive ball club. Like I said, played two of the 5A powerhouses to 3 point. They lost by a total of 3 points. So a big night tonight for your Trojans.
And one of those, I think, a tipped extra point.
Yes, that was against Ruston.
And a penalty that caused a lot of chaos on there. But anyway, that gives us a lot of talk. We've got a lot of things that we're going to work on as we wind down to kickoff on there. When we come back, we'll talk about our team leaders that are in there. No surprise to anybody who those are. And we'll look at our keys to the game as well that were hot off the presses.
Yes.
We'll do all of that when we come back. We're going to step aside for 2 minutes. When we come back, we'll look at our Restore Media Group keys to the game. We'll take a look at some of our plays and players of the week from a week ago, and we'll do all of that when we return. You're watching ASH Trojan Football right here on 446 Sports.
Yeah, so what happened out there tonight?
We struck out at home with leftovers, then we remembered walk-ons.
What effect did the situation have?
Spirit soared. Nick took on a burger. Jen obliterated her ribeye po' boy. And speaking of spirits, Laura even scored a real tasty cocktail. She needed that.
Any lessons learned today?
Yeah. Head straight to walk-ons.
Scratch-made dishes, wall-to-wall TVs, craft beers, and cocktails. Walk-ons for the win.
This month, as we gather with the ones we love, let's take a moment to give thanks for the blessings in our lives. When it comes to protecting what matters most, trust those who care about your family as much as you do.
I'm Jason Hawk, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent. I'm here to help you protect what you hold dear.
Whether auto, home, or life, have peace of mind knowing that your family is covered today, tomorrow, and for years to come. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect what matters most.
Looking for somewhere different for lunch? Le Bistro Coffee and Waffle Bar is a gourmet espresso bar and restaurant with an emphasis on Southern social experience, featuring a wide variety of salads, soups, sandwiches, and of course waffles. Le Bistro has something for everyone and every lifestyle. Whether you are meeting friends, spending time with family, or hosting a private party, we offer a dining experience all will enjoy. Le Bistro Coffee and Waffle Bar on Coliseum Boulevard.
Want to shine online? Restore Media Group has got your back. Are you ready to take control of your online presence? At Restore Media Group, we specialize in reputation awareness, social media management, and boosting your Google rankings. Our mission? To help businesses in Mississippi and Louisiana shine online. Imagine your brand visibility skyrocketing, your social media posts engaging more customers, and your business staying ahead of the competition. Sounds great, right? Well, it gets even better. With services starting at just $299 a month, we offer affordable solutions for businesses of all sizes. Whether you're a small startup or an established company, we've got the tools and expertise to elevate your digital presence. So why stress over the digital world when you can let us handle it? Focus on what you do best, and let Restore Media Group do the rest. Remember, we specialize in our things, so you can specialize in yours. Contact us today at info@restoremedia.com to get started. Transform your business online with Restore Media Group, because your success is our success.
We're back live to Lions Stadium in Ouachita Parish. The big O with the Lions logo adorns the midfield, and you see it right in front of you there. But it's an opportunity to take a look at some of the things that happened last week. Nick, take us through, and Brett, you can pull up our Southern Air cool play of the game. Let's take a look at it and take us through that, Nick.
Yeah, see, this was actually the winning touchdown from Sellers to Tanner Townsend. See the ball comes across on that route there, bounces off of Tanner's arms, lands in the stomach of the Ruston defender, and then back into Tanner's lap for the touchdown. So great work there by Tanner to focus and stay. That was our Southern Air cool play of the game. Brett, why don't you go ahead and let's do the player of the game. Security Sporting Goods player of the game last week was Jay Frazier, and Jay had 4 pass breakups, multiple tackles, also had a tackle on a fake punt that really stopped the momentum for Ruston in the game at times. So Jay Frazier, the Security Sporting Goods player of the game from last week. And then our lineman, you had one job from Express Pros, Employment Professionals. Jordan Mason, number 92. Jordan he had 4 tackles and just really created a lot of havoc and took up a lot of blockers and allowed the linebackers to get out in space and do the things they're supposed to do. So Jordan Mason is your Express Pros Employment Professionals Lineman of the Week. Thank you, Brett. Appreciate that. Like I said, we're 17 minutes and 48 seconds away from kickoff. Looks like we have the color guard with the flag about to walk out here in a little bit. Here at Ouachita Parish, your band is going to be on your screen. Your band's going to be to the left under the scoreboard, and then I think also your cheerleaders will be on the end. Of course, you have the visiting Trojans, traveling Trojans across the way from your camera, from press box here. We're in a beautiful press box, large press box. A lot of room in this. They had Chick-fil-A and Johnny's Pizza for us. So the crew was able to get something pregame meal going. Doug's actually helping set up a camera right now. So Brett, let's go to another commercial break, and you're watching Trojan Football on 446 Sports.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing to save the day. From keeping you comfortable to plumbing repairs and even generators, we do it all. Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, your one-stop solution for AC, plumbing, and generators. If you need us to save the day for you, call Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing or visit us online at southernairnow.com.
And we're back, Lions Stadium, getting ready for the presentation of the colors. We'll go through a couple of things beforehand. Shout out to the crew that's made it up here with us. Of course, Jason Crooks on the cameras, Brody Smith down on the field with the camera. Brett Stalls be pushing the buttons up here. Chuck is in the house tonight. He'll be running the scoreboard and adding some technical assistance. So Tyler get the night off. That doesn't mean Chuck gets the night off, and happy to have him up in the press box. Partner in crime, Nick Magnano, and I am Doug Gann. Nick, are you ready for our Restore Media Group keys to the game, my friend?
Never, but let's go.
All right, let's
go.
See the intro music there. It's kind of catchy. We can't hear it, but it's going out over the air, so you guys can hear it. All right, so the idea, if you're not familiar with what we do in Keys to the Game, it's week 9. Where have you been on here? But Nick will give us, and he's 8-0 on the season. So he gives us 3 keys that if the Trojans do that, they're able to handle the game. So, Brett, let's take a look at key number 1. What did you?
That's self-explanatory.
That's right.
I
What did
get that. Defense, we need to keep the quarterback in the pocket. He has to stay in the pocket.
Right.
Yeah, I mean Montreal Connor Jr. When he gets out of the pocket, he's very effective. He's a great runner, but he throws the ball, in my opinion, better on the run. So we have to make sure we keep him in the pocket and keep it containment on him on the outside.
You see, the quarterback is actually legitimately in the pocket.
I see that.
You have Canva, you can do a whole lot of stuff. All right, Brett, let's check out key number 2.
Hey, it's a lineman. I know what that is.
There you go.
Yeah, number 2 for offense, control the line of scrimmage. Their defensive line, and I don't know if that's one of the injuries that you know about, but their defensive line, a bunch of big men. So we gotta keep the line of scrimmage. We gotta control it. We gotta make sure we get moving up front and keep them off of Sellers and gas it and allow JT and Vaughn to run.
There you have it. The line of scrimmage, we have to control them. That's up to these linemen that are hardworking and will be recognized by our friends at Express Pros that had just one job. Let's look at key number 3 if we can.
It's horses, race horses.
You got to get inside the picture.
Okay, I see their eyes are covered. So
they've got blinders on.
Okay, yeah,
That's
blinders.
Right.
Okay, yeah. Overall for this team, they need to focus on week 9. Don't need to worry about anything else. We focus on this week, Then
see how they're not staring.
I get it.
Okay,
I get it. I'm just kind of wondering about the week 9 part, but I get it. We're the blinders that we put on. So, and that's what this Trojan team needs. They need to have blinders on tonight. Focus on this line team. Do not worry about what's happening next week. Focus on week 9. So this will be an enjoyable ride home.
So you're saying on our keys to the game, we've got to keep the quarterback in the pocket. We've got to control the line of scrimmage, and we have to keep the blinders on, stay focused, and focus on week 9 and week 9 alone, and not look ahead to a potential district championship matchup, which in District 2-5A, quite frankly, you're playing for a district championship every single week you line up.
Yes, you are.
Because one loss, and you're going to be out of it. We appreciate our friends at Restore Media Group. You can email them for any. They've got a free assessment of your online presence. You reach out to them at info@restoremediagroup.com. So there you go, our 3 keys to the game. Excited about that. Brett, why don't we take our final time out of the pregame, and our La Bistro Coffee and Waffle Bar countdown to coin toss continues when we come back.
I just haven't met you yet. I might have to wait, I'll never give up. I guess it's half timing and the other half's luck. Wherever you are, whenever it's right, you'll come out of nowhere and into my life. And I know that we can be so amazing. And baby,
check out some of our recent work at the Panthers Stadium. In addition to custom signs and banners, we also handle custom trophies, custom awards, custom vehicle wraps, and more. Give us a call. We handle projects large and small.
At Wallace Eye Associates, right now is the best time to have your cataracts removed. A new year means a new deductible, so if you're just not seeing as well as you used to, schedule your cataract evaluation today. It's fully covered by all medical insurances, including Medicare. You never need a referral at Wallace Eye Associates, and our method of next-generation cataract care is the most affordable in the state. There's only one team, one focus, your vision. Wallace Eye Associates.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks right from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing. Download our mobile app today.
We're back to Lions Stadium, getting ready to come out. It is senior night here for the Ouachita Lions, and the Trojans starting to make their way out onto the field across the field. We are, of course, on the home side up in the press box. Big shout out to our friends at Ouachita Parish High School and T-Lay Productions, who always set things up for us here in the press box and have done so again. So we're very grateful to those guys and everybody that made it in here. It's just Jumbotron is in effect. Folks are here for senior night, Nick, and it's going to be a very loud and raucous type game.
Yeah, good one to be a part of, and hopefully you guys back home will get the crowd roars. Hopefully there'll be more for the Alexandria team than for the Ouachita Parish team, but yeah, it ought to be an exciting night.
If you are watching us on Facebook, we appreciate you for the follows of late. We reached 8,000 followers on that and on our march to 10,000. So we're grateful for all of that. About 80 subscribers short of 3,000 on Facebook, or on YouTube. So if you found your way over to YouTube and you're watching this tonight, hit that subscribe button, give us a like, and leave us a comment of who you're cheering for and who you're watching on there. And we appreciate that. The Ouachita Parish Lions are starting to make their way out. They are in that all solid maroon, it looks like, with big white block letters. Yes. Trojans are in their white uniforms with big purple block. So it's an announcer's dream.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
About 8.5 minutes. They're going to start getting into some of the festivities on the field. Nick, let's turn it over to our presentation of colors and let you watch the sights and sounds of the game as it gets ready to unfold. And we'll be back with you for the coin toss.
Field now are the Alexandria Trojans, led by head coach Tom Stockton and president Sheridan Good. Now, doing this, 2, 1. Attention, the midfield to the presentation of the colors to be followed by the national anthem and prayer. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this night, Lord. Thank you for the ability to play football and gather together here tonight. I pray for the sound mind, safety, and sportsmanship of all involved. Amen.
And there you have the national anthem, the prayer to get things going. And Nick, there's something about a flag when the wind's blowing and it keeps it unfurled like that that really just screams, "Hey, God bless America, my friend."
Yes, sir. Nothing more beautiful than that picture right there that you just saw, that American flag in the wind.
Look, this will be my soapbox moment, and I don't care who you push the button for on Tuesday. Just get out and vote. I don't care that God's going to take care of it. All the country's going to be fine. Just get out and click the button and exercise your right to vote on there. Looks like captains tonight are J. Lou is there. I see Cortez Simon, see Darius Washington, and JT Lindsay. Nick, for the Ouachita Lions, they've got number 42 is not listed here on my roster.
Yeah, it's blank. Yeah, blank on this roster.
There's number 15 that's out there. That is Nick Nelson. 99 is alongside, and that's AJ Washington. And 10 is Cody Kelly. We'll get right down into the huddle with it. We believe they do a great job of getting down there. As soon as Brody gets his back on, he might not be fiddling with it right now. While he's on there trying to get going soon.
Representing the Alexandria Trojans, captain, number 1, Cortez Simon. Number 3, Darius Washington.
We'll try to listen in on what's going on up here.
And number 16, Jaden Louis. And representing your Ouachita Lions, number 42, Julian Crenshaw.
Julian Crenshaw is number 15,
Nick Nelson. Number 99, AJ Washington. And number 10, Cody Kelly.
There you have that. And cameras, our side of it. Trojans, of course, will call this tonight. And the Trojans, we've seen, Nick, the last couple of weeks, it looks like Ouachita has won the toss. And we've seen teams take, we've seen them defer, we've seen the Trojans have turned out pretty good when they've started with things.
I can hear Sonic. Take for it.
Ouachita has won the toss, and they've elected to defer. That will have the Trojans receiving the football. And they will be going from our right to our left as we face the visiting stands. Well, hard to believe, Nick. We sit here and look at week 9.
It's unbelievable.
In this one.
Unbelievable, yeah. It's crazy how fast, and of course, the older I get, everything seems to go faster. But yes, sir, week 9 and 48 minutes of football tonight, and the rest of your life to remember it, Doug.
Number 49, that is the freshman kicker for Ouachita, Miguel. Boy, I'm going to butcher that. It looks like Mondragon. I'm not sure. We'll have to listen again to the PA announcer and try to get some of these as we go along. Glad that you're here with us, wherever you're watching this ball game. If it's early in the morning, we've got some things that people overseas have woke up early in the morning. It's 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning somewhere, and they're watching it. So we give a big shout out to you, those in the military and those serving around the world. Hello and welcome, and hopefully this adds a little piece to your night. And as we get ready for week 9 of high school football here, Trojans sit at 8-0. Ouachita Parish at 5-3 on this season. And boy, I couldn't. Where else would you want to be on a Friday night, Nick?
Yeah, this is once again great environment here, beautiful stadium, beautiful campus, and 5A football is a lot of fun.
I'll tell you, as I'm looking at these Ouachita uniforms and they're right in front of us, this should be mandatory that the uniforms look like that for aging PA guys and guys that are calling the games, because there's no doubt who these guys are and what number they are.
No, for sure. I dark jersey, white number.
Yep.
white jersey, dark number. That's all we ask for.
Look, if the Trojans had their purple tops on, it'd be trouble. It'd be chaos, of course, on the road, so not going to. Now the officials have their meeting out of the way, and JT and crew will come back. I see Jimmy out there. I see JT is making his way over to the near side. He comes out with Jimmy Darius getting loosened up, and he will go back and be opposite of JT. First time we've been on this side with JT. Normally we're swapped sides with him. But the freshman, Miguel Mondragon, is there to kick things off. Wind is blowing right to left out there. So the Trojans will have the wind at their backs to start with.
Yeah, and he can put it to about the 10-yard line is what I saw on film, Doug. Pretty much the furthest I've seen.
And got a little bit of a breeze blowing in his face, too. The ball blows off the tee, just as we talk about
Mondragon.
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 Just listen to the PA guys, and everything's going to be all right.
First one that actually say it the way it's spelled. Mondragon.
See, I tried to get all fancy.
That's right. We went all Louisiana on it, huh?
Right. That one is high, and it is short to the near side. Jimmy Duncan's got it, and he's going to be wrapped up quickly on there, and that's where the Trojans will come out and take care of business.
Yeah, good coverage there by the Lions on that pooch kick, and Cooper with the tackle. "34-yard line, huh, Doug?"
34-yard line is where the Trojans will take over. And they are off and set. We'll see Carson Sellers come out with this high-octane offense, putting up about 48 points a game. Tanner Townsend splits out. Expect him maybe to, they come out in a 5 wide out set. First time that we've seen this with Townsend all the way out to the near side. So 5 receivers, including Tanner Townsend. Snap is back. Sellers over to JT, who misses that one, bobbles it in and out of his hands. Had Townsend blocking for him, but don't know that it would have got too far.
Yeah, and consensus forward pass. I mean, there's no danger there, but a little different change there for your Trojans. It's like they're going back to their traditional formation now, Doug.
And they will do it quickly, even though the clock has stopped. Snap is back to Sellers. That pass is complete out to Alex Fontenot, and he's driven out of bounds and dropped there at the 42-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 2.
Get a little stop route there to Alex for 8 yards. Good recovery there.
Trojans quickly to the line to look at this 3rd down and 2. JT gets his first carry of the night. Stutter steps, turns inside, now kicks to the outside, goes JT. JT stutter stepping 30, now 20. Got one man trying to chase him down, but they're not going to get JT Lindsey. Touchdown. JT Lindsey, touchdown Trojans.
Yeah, 48 yards there off the right side behind Lofton. Behind Lofton Price, off that right tackle there, and good block down the field. So great start there for your Trojans. 58-yard touchdown run.
Oh, how you like that? Your first carry of the night, and you're off and going.
Just the way it was drawn up, Doug.
Absolutely, it was.
All right, so senior Channing Mesh on for your extra point, but Carson Sellers, starting quarterback, on the hold. Snaps back, holds down, kicks up. Channing puts it through. 7. You're watching Trojan Football on 446 Sports. Okay.
Stay where you at, Brad. Let's take a look at that touchdown run one more time, Nick, and let's go through that. So it's the first carry for JT. That's 11:52 and counting. So you see JT pull it right there.
Yeah, Towner kicks out. Pearl blocks inside with Price.
The block that's right here that seals him and brings, and that's, I think, Duncan that's blocking here. And JT had one man to beat and was not going to be denied the end zone. What did that count for?
58.
58-yard touchdown for JT Lindsey on his second touch, first carry of it, and it's 7-0 Trojans on a 24-second drive, and they start fast like they want to. Back deep to receive, there is number 1 that I see. That's C.J. Spurs, and Wydell Clark, number 4, the junior, is split to the far side. Eli Fung kicking with the wind has an opportunity to put this one back into the end zone. Instead, he rolls it up. Trojans are going to have a shot at it. He may have fallen on it before. They're going to say the officials laid the beanbag down on this side of the 50. He's going to say it only went 9 yards.
That's right.
And it looked like Eli fell over the line to get it.
Yeah, we're going to see here.
And they'll come in and talk about the beanbag. Boy, that's close. That's 9 3/4 yards is where he's got it, and the officials looking at it. And if they're calling it where the beanbag is, unless somebody got a better angle of it, that's going to be Ouachita ball for an illegal touch.
Yeah.
And that's what they have there. They're saying the ball didn't go 10 yards, and Eli just jumped on a little quick.
Well, I think it might have went 10, and that last bounce brought it back over, Doug. So I don't know if it's the touching where you touched it initially, or if it goes, because I think it did kind of like my pitching wedge. It went back, right?
Here we go.
No, okay, I'm sorry.
Remember, but see. The ball's marked on the 50-yard line.
Yeah.
And so you can't mark it on where they've got
50, yeah.
It's got to be up. Otherwise, it'd be Trojan football.
No, I agree with the call. I agree with
absolutely.
The call. Yeah.
But the yard marker can't be on the 50.
And remember, Doug, 42 for Ouachita's Crenshaw.
That's right. Julian Crenshaw.
Yeah.
And their quarterback tonight is Montrell Connor Jr. MJ Dade is back there with him. And Crenshaw was 0 on our roster, and he's number 42, so he's got him out at tight end is where they have Crenshaw.
And watch for Dade. Dade's a good scat back.
So they moved the ball all the way to the 49 now with the nose of the football. The backside of the football is on about the 49.5 where the beanbag was. Nevertheless, we're set to go from midfield. Connor back, quick pass to the far side that is complete, but the Trojans are there. That ball was into the hands of number 4, Wydell Clark.
Yeah, good tackle there by Jay Lou for a 2-yard gain. So a lot of trust in your defense there to kick that onside kick.
Looking to start fast, and I'm telling you what, that's one of those that they had too. Eli just turned and backed into it, but grabbed it just a split second too quick. So they give him 2 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 8 from the 47-yard line. Connor calls for it. Now the toss to the near side, but there's a lot of Trojans. Good job of getting outside. He tries to stutter step a little bit, and that was MJ Dade with the carry there that's brought down out of a pickup of just a couple.
Yeah, Cameron Griffin there on the tackle makes it 3rd and 6 here for the Lions, and a good work there by Griffin from the free safety position to come get him.
Boy, the work that Griffin and Jay Frazier did last week was so solid.
Yeah, it was big. And you can see Jay Frazier, Griffin, Jay Lou, and Jayton Terry's back. 11's back at right corner.
To see. Yeah.
We'll talk about the other starters after this play.
Of course, X marks the spot right in the middle of the field. Number 46, Xavier White, as they switch sides of it. Connor calls for the ball. That's a new quarterback that's in there, it looks like. Nope, that is Connor. And 3 yards in a cloud of turf is not going to get you there in this one as the Trojans middle defense. And it looks like Ouachita is coming on to punt this one. If it is, they will bring out Trey Johnson, the senior punter, number 84. D-Dub makes his way back. Darius Washington, senior number 3, will be around the 15-yard line. And looking to play that field position battle and pin the Trojans deep as they bring a man in motion. No need to jump here. Stay back if you're the Trojans. Snap is back. Coming to the near side. Boy, that one's going to be blocked tonight before it's over with. I can tell you that. Washington calls for the fair catch, and it's made at the 14. Nick, he hung on to that ball and moved aside a little bit. The Trojan, that's going to get blocked before the night's over.
Yeah, he's kind of rugby style. He will kind of get on the move a little bit, but yeah, but if I tell you, with his 2 upbacks, which are Dylan Behrman and AJ Washington, I mean, I think I'd stay behind him.
Church Point takes the lead over Menard 7-0 early in that one. Trojans take over, Nick. First down. Their second possession starts just about 2 minutes later than their first one. They lead this one 7-0, a 58-yard JT Lindsey touchdown. Now Sellers rolling to the far side. He's looking to go over the top and spread them out. He's got Fontenot in a man-to-man battle, and Alex Fontenot brings down a beautiful catch out to the 43-yard line of Ouachita. Goodness gracious, that high-octane offense is firing away early on in this one.
Yeah, it looks like a Rated a 40-yard pass there from Sellers rolling out to hit Fontenot.
Fontenot, D-Dub, and Duncan to the near side. They're looking at that back little jailbreak screen. It goes to Washington. Darius makes a nifty little move. To the outside, Darius, 20, now 10. D-Dub getting inside the end zone. Touchdown, Darius. Washington. Touchdown, Trojans.
Yeah, 42-yard touchdown there from Sellers to D-Dub on his first catch of the night. So
2 plays, 87 yards on that one. Goodness gracious. And that offense is another 20-second drive. That's 2 20-second drives tonight that the Trojans have had it. So don't be lulled into anything with a time of possession battle. Goodness gracious. That big strike to Fontenot that set things up that was 40 yards. And then the jailbreak screen here to Darius, who just made some moves. Ends up going all the way across the field. Mesh on for the PAT. That kick is up, and it is good. 14-0. Trojans lead this one. We'll be back right after this. You're watching ASH Trojan Football on 446 Sports.
Yeah, so what happened out there tonight?
We struck out at home with leftovers, then we remembered walk-ons.
What effect did the situation have?
Spirit soared. Nick took on a burger. Jen obliterated her ribeye po' boy. And speaking of spirits, Laura even scored a real tasty cocktail. She needed that.
Any lessons learned today?
Yeah. Head straight to walk-ons.
Scratch-made dishes, wall-to-wall TVs, craft beers, and cocktails. Walk-ons for the win.
And we are back, Brett. Real quick, let's take a look at that instant replay. You see Darius, and this is the bulk of it. That jailbreak screen was there. Darius bangs off of a tackler there and then just makes his way onto the end zone. And the move here to get in right in front of a couple of Ouachita defenders. And it's 14-0 Trojans. Eli Fung set to kick this one off again. Wind at his back. And again, they're going to roll up an onside kick, banging around. Looks like Ouachita falls on it, and they'll have it out near midfield again. And that's just the Trojans it's all gas, no brakes.
yeah, number 15, Nick Nelson there with a good job for the Lions to recover that onside kick. Doug, I think that was a 43-yard pass from Carson to Fontenot to set up the 42-yard touchdown.
42.
Yeah, to set up.
They were a couple of yards shy of the 15 when they started the drive. So,
but Carson is, of course, the first one was dropped by
that's right.
JT, but he's 3 for 4 already with almost 100 yards.
Ouachita starts on their side of the 50 this time. A man in motion. Connor with the handoff to the far side. That man's got a seam, and he could go to the house, too. J. Lou's the only one that could catch him, and he's not going to do it. That is a 51-yard touchdown run for MJ Dade, and that'll get the Ouachita fans on their feet.
That's exactly what you get with him. I mean, he's a good scat back. You give him a hole, and he'll take it to the house. He had 2 really good games, one against West Monroe, one against Ruston, and that's just what he does. Great player there.
And I don't know that midfield or any part of the field would have stopped that. All that did was save it from being an 80-yard touchdown run.
That's right.
On for the extra point is Miguel Mondragon, the freshman kicker.
Yeah, Doug, and if you outrun J. Lou, you're moving.
Yep. Crenshaw, the snapper, Nick Nelson, the holder, and there's a fake to the near side. Going to be stopped shy. The PAT will be no good. And this is one of those games where there's a whole lot going on. We'll talk about it when we come back. Trojans lead this one 14-6. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're watching ASH Trojan Football on 446 Sports.
This month, as we gather with the ones we love, let's take a moment to give thanks for the blessings in our lives. When it comes to protecting what matters most, trust those who care about your family as much as you do.
I'm Jason Hawk, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent. I'm here to help you protect what you hold dear.
Whether auto, home, or life, have peace of mind knowing that your
We're back live to Lions Stadium here. Mondragon set to tee this one up. Darius Washington, the far side. JT Lindsay to the near side. You know what they have in common tonight?
Long touchdowns.
They both have touchdowns for the Trojans. Kick is over there, and it's caught at the upside. Is that
That's Burford,
that's
yeah.
got it over there? Hayden Burford. And the Trojans will start at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, got a little 6-yard return there for Mr. Dependable, number 81, Hayden Burford on our special teams.
That's exactly what he is. He's been solid. 14-6. You see that on our Wallace Eye Associates scoreboard. A lot of folks watching this one back at home, and we appreciate this. Trojans strike quick on their 2 drives. They've had the ball about 40 seconds and have 2 touchdowns. Gassett now in at quarterback. Handoff. I don't know if that was Darbone.
It is. It's Vaughn, yeah.
Yeah, Vaughn Darbone has that one, and he gains about 1 yard is what they'll give him.
Yeah, it looks like Jimmy fell down on, JT fell down on the block, so Vaughn had to turn it up.
Vaughn now will come out, 1 receiver to the top, 2 to the near side. It's Fontenot that split out to the near side, and there's going to be a false start against the Trojans.
But the umpire talking, Doug. It might be the disconcerting signals. We'll see.
And that's one of the things that they've focused on a little bit more throughout the back of the season. Yeah, that's more going on than just a false start. Otherwise, they'll signal that pretty quick, and we'll be on with the game. But you try to look at the offensive lines, and neither one of them are giving anything up. We'll look at the white hat and see what he's got. Dead ball foul. False start against the offense, against the Trojans. And there were a couple of players that I believe on there. Jimmy Duncan had a little bit of swag to him as he was moving along. But at any rate, should be 2nd down and 14 because they had gained 1 yard. So they'll move the stick up just a little bit. Trojans on their 3rd possession, Nick.
Yeah, good job by the officiating crew to get together and figure it out.
Gassett, handoff up the middle. JT does that stutter step again, but gets hung up right at the line of scrimmage. Good work by Jacoby Morris blocking all the way down the field, but things were hung up there, and the Trojans will face a 3rd down for the first time this evening, some 4 minutes into this.
Yeah, he gets 4 of the 5 yards back from the penalty. So
3rd down and 10 go the Trojans from the 30. Snap is back to Gassett. Gassett looking to go down the seam, and Townsend's got it to the 50 now. Tanner, he's just going to carry, folks. Yeah, down to the 43-yard line. What a beautiful pass by Max Gassett.
Yeah, 27-yard pitch and catch there from Gassett to Sellers. So, to Townsend.
Gassett finds Townsend, converts the 3rd down. This time it's going to be JT up the middle. JT's looking for a seam. High stepping, shifting gears, getting behind the block of Fontenot. Touchdown, JT. Lindsey, touchdown, Trojans.
Yeah, 43-yard touchdown to match. No, for his 2nd one, Doug. It was great block there by Alex Fontenot at the end.
Over 100 yards rushing tonight. 2 touchdowns in this one.
Yes.
Goodness gracious. We'll keep it here after this kick too, and I'll tell you about an interesting conversation I had with his mom last night too. When we were leaving the show, we'll talk to her. She's always a treat to talk to. She's easily his biggest fan, and he's got a lot of them. 20-6 mesh on for the PAT. That kick is up, and it is into the horn section of that Ouachita band. 21-6. Trojans lead this one just 4.5 minutes in. And so we're walking out last night at the show, and there's Miss Kendra that's sitting there. And of course, we visit just for a minute. She says she appreciates us saying all the good stuff about her baby boy. And I said, Miss Kendra, he said, that's a grown dude right there. But just that mother's love for her son and what she does. And look, there's nobody that will snatch him up quicker than she will, too, if he gets out of line. But baby boy has 100 yards rushing tonight, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, great start there. And like I said, that block by Alex Fontenot at the very end to free him to finish that last 20 yards was great work by 14.
Yeah, Alex Fontenot just doing everything that he needs to do. Back deep to receive C.J. Spurs and Wydell Clark. That kick is deep, and it's going to find the end zone for a touchback. And it looked to me like number 4, Wydell Clark, wanted to bring that one out.
The flag, Doug, up here at the 42. I wonder if it was offside.
If it's way back here, offsides is probably one of the only things that I think can be called. There's only a couple couple of things that'll pull that flag out way back on this side near the kicking team.
Yeah, so
I'm going
can
to ask
they?
you if they want to re-kick it or if they want to take it out 5 yards is what.
So they can accept it for 5 yards.
Otherwise, they'd just have them re-kick it. But no, that offense is going to come out, and that should move it up. I don't see anything being marked on here.
Nope.
So the flag was there, and that was it. Needless to say, we're back to action, 7:32. 21-6 in this one. And Connor in at quarterback from the shotgun. He's rolling out to the near side. He's being pressured there and throws that one, hits the ground, and incomplete. That was intended for Wydell Clark.
Yeah, good pressure there by Elijah Nelson and coverage. We had all three levels covered there real well. So good work by the Trojan defense after that long touchdown run they gave up.
Big shout out to our folks at Walk-Ons that are watching along. Great crowd out there last night. A lot of fun on Halloween, and I don't know, the best dress was probably Brett with his little mask that he had. And so that was great to see.
Yeah, if we're going by the crew, definitely.
Clock stopped at second down following that incompletion. Back to pass. Got to pump that one. Oh, that's got a chance. Goodness gracious. Coming up was Gaines. He slides like, oh, wait, there's a football in my way, and didn't see it. Goodness, that's a house call right away.
Yeah, good work to be there. I mean, it's no secret. He's got a big old cast on that right arm. So
I don't want to hear it.
He's going to ground and trying to catch the ball with one hand. So I'm going to give him a little leeway there. But 3rd and long here now for the Lions.
You know, I don't even know why they ask us about menus either at Walk-Ons. Everybody gets the same thing.
Well, well.
3rd down, back to pass is Connor. He's looking over. It's got good time. That offensive line does some work and moving in and making a big play. And Nick,
it's incomplete. Yeah,
you've talked about that young man all year long, Jackson Townsend.
Yeah, and that's the first second pass breakup he's had for the year. But yeah, good work by that sophomore, the younger brother of Tanner Townsend.
That's right.
So, boy, the Townsend brothers having a good night tonight so far.
St. Mary's up 7-0 on Northwood in the first over Pineville. Ruston up 14-0 in that one. And let's get back to this earlier. We thought one of these punts were going to be blocked. This is only the second one, only the first punt since we saw that. They'll bring a man in motion, and that shifts the defense over to the near side.
Yeah, that rugby-style punt there that he does. That is a good punt.
Gets it to turn over. That's a real good punt. Sends Washington back, who fields that. He ought to play center field. Played center field for the Yankees. There might have been a game 6.
Tell you what, that was a great punt, great coverage. But I will say this. As nervous as it was about him catching, if he doesn't catch that ball, the way it turned over, it's going another 20 yards if it stays in bounds.
It's an 80-yard punt.
Yeah, so
is what it turns out to be.
Great work there by Darius. Like I said, I was a little nervous on him going and getting it, but he definitely saved some yardage there.
And you can check out all of our scores at that scrolling scoreboard. That's the Saddler's Towing scrolling scoreboard rolling across the bottom of your screen. It shows you Tioga with a big win over Grant last night. That one was 52-14, I think,
and
was it?
Keeps their playoff hopes. They're now 25 out of 24. So
big game against Franklin Parish next Friday night out at, I guess it's at the reservation, or is it?
Yes, it is.
All right, toss back, Sellers back in there. JT's got it now. JT over 100 yards in the first quarter alone, picks up another 25 or so there. JT is on display tonight.
Yeah, 26 yards there, Doug, for that one.
We, if this was an August game, we would not have hit the hydration break yet. And JT banging around. He's trying to bust free. Comes to the near side. Gets a little block from the official. Out to the 20. Now 10, 5. Touchdown, JT Lindsay. Touchdown, Trojans.
Yeah, 43 yards there to match his last 43-yard touchdown. So
let's take a look at it if we can, Brett, one more time. And it's just JT being JT in this one. He's so patient. Starts out to the far side. He reverses field as good as anybody. And I can't wait to see him reversing field in Tiger Stadium next year.
Little pause there at the 15-yard line to get the DB to slow up a little bit and then accelerate it. So great work there to go up 27-6.
Mesh adds the PAT. 28-6. We'll be back in 30 seconds on 446 Sports.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing to save the day. From keeping you comfortable to plumbing repairs and even generators, we do it all. Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, your one-stop solution for AC, plumbing, and generators. If you need us to save the day for you, call Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing or visit us online at southernairnow.com.
Before
174 yards rushing on the night. Not just for the Trojans, for JT Lindsey. 5 carries.
3 touchdowns.
That's carry the one is, I don't know, we'll figure out the average a little bit later. But 3 touchdowns, 174 yards, and we're 5 minutes and 19 seconds into this one.
Well, and I want to talk about that drop pass that he had.
We're not talking about that one, but we can. That one, Eli hammers, and it's going to find its way on a couple of touchbacks, a couple of onside kicks for the Trojans. And Nick, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, just great work. But one of the keys to the game was controlling the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
On the offensive line. They have definitely done that. I mean, JT's not even getting touched by the defensive line. And look, this defensive line,
they're tough.
They held up with West Monroe. They held up with Ruston. They're a solid defensive line, and your Trojan offensive line has come out doing really well.
It's wow, is all I can say in this one. Back to go is Ouachita. Montrell Connor back at quarterback. He's in the shotgun. You got 2 receivers on their side, 1 at the top. That's going to be a handoff right up the middle. Good job of escaping there, but here come the Trojans to lock that one down. Jay was there coming to the near side as well. I saw 24 was in on that one, and that's Spikes, who's been certainly a welcome addition this year.
Yeah, he's done well for the junior. And this is a big moment there for the Lions, Doug.
Yeah, they've got to really be careful here. 2nd down and 9. Just got word of our friends at Trios on Versailles are watching this one tonight. So big shout out to there. Connor's going to shift field, gets away from Jay, but there's goodness gracious, and Elijah's right there while he's waiting on him. And you turn away from Jay, who was our player of the week last week, and here's big number 12 looking at you.
You're looking at 21, you turn around at 12, staring you right in the eye. And that's one of Connor's strengths. I mean, he does well getting out of the pocket and giving them 3rd and short here.
15, it looks like, he's in it. Wide out is where he's at. Thought they had switched a little bit, nothing doing. That's Nick Nelson that goes to the top. 3rd down and 1. Big conversion for Ouachita. Trojans unable to tackle in the backfield, and that's going to be a 1st down. And that's just good work by M.J. Dade. He had that big, long touchdown run earlier, Nick.
Yeah, I mean, he is fun to watch. I mean, I've watched a lot of film. He is a lot of fun to watch. He's a little scat back. Like I said, he hides behind that offensive line.
Stop for a couple of yard loss.
Yeah, he hides behind that offensive line. Then all of a sudden he finds the hole and he's gone. So, like I said, didn't want to give up the 1st down there, but at least he didn't break it and go to the house.
That's right. We're under now 5 minutes to go here in the 1st quarter. Trojans lead this one big, 28-6. Snap is back. Handoff is there. Going to find him right at the line. That looks to be Dade again on the carry.
Yeah, Thibodeau and Jackson Townsend with the tackles there. So short gain there, 3 yards.
Ouachita's always had just a really good running back. The last 4 or 5 years that we've been watching them. That is to the near side. Clark and Nelson line up closest to the home side bench. Nick, well, let's talk a little bit, too, after this. Yeah, is that going to be offsides on Hobbs? I didn't see if anybody moved ahead of time. Their offsides is what the call is. So Hobbs is going to be whistled for offsides. But you look at the numbers on the sideline for Ouachita versus Ouachita. Looks like they're down in numbers a lot, too.
Yeah, it does. And I know that their soccer program plays in the 2nd division. So they're probably on the smaller side of 5A in enrollment. They're probably very comparable to Pineville.
Following that penalty, it is 2nd down and 2. Ooh, looked like that one was snapped ahead of time, and here comes, goodness, Thibodeau was on him. Now got a man stretching out. Oh, J. Lou coming up blocking that way, and that was probably the ugliest 2nd down I've ever seen.
Yeah, good work there by Thibodeau, and then Jackson Townsend and J. Lou staying awake and making that happen. But good pass breakup there by J. Lou.
So we talked about last night on the show, when Seller scrambles around a little bit, it seems like the receivers will get open for him too. And our DBs never dropped coverage at all.
Yeah, it was great. Like I said, great work there. And of course, the initial pressure by Thibodeau was big because he was one of the very few that was getting up the field.
That moved when the ball was snapped and nobody else moved. We'll see if Connor, you got to keep an eye on Connor again. Handoff's going to go right up the middle. The Trojans do get the stop. It'll be 4th down and, oh gosh, about a yard depending on that far side spot.
Yeah, Xavier and Hobbs looked like we bottled them up, and then Xavier and Hobbs came from this side and took them down. So 4th and short here. Watch the fake.
Well, are they bringing the punter in or just bringing the big heavy in? Looks like they're bringing that heavy offense in.
4th and 1.
This is one of those for the Trojans. You cannot jump off sides. Getting that extra jump's not going to help you here. Connor now under center. We'll bring a man in motion. 4th down in the yard. Tosses back, though. Boy, I hate tossing the ball back when you got to go forward a yard. I hate that.
Yeah, and it was Gaines was the initial one there, forcing back inside, and then Townsend brings him down. So great work there by the Trojan defense.
Another shout out to our friends out at Eastside Daiquiris. They've got the games on over there in the circle in Alexandria. So appreciate those folks watching in. All around, I'm hearing more and more that these restaurants are able to go in restaurants and watch what's going on. And so the town is ASH Trojan crazy right now, and they'll have their shortest start or the shortest field of the game thus far, Nick.
Yeah, and defense there, really putting you in a good position here. See what we have. Gassett's back in, Doug.
From the 41-yard line, Gassett is in the backfield with Lindsey. 4 receivers, but man, they're within inside the hash even. Snap is back to Gassett. Gassett getting protection. Now he's going over the top. He's got D-Dub at the 5. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Darius Washington. Touchdown, Trojans.
41-yard pitch and catch there from Max Gassett.
Everybody's kind of hanging on, though. I don't like that. The white hat is going to call everybody back, it looks like, for what will be a hold.
Way down here at the 10-yard line?
Oh, is it down there?
Yeah, it's down there.
I saw everybody standing back down here, though.
Yeah, right down there at 10-yard line.
I see where it's at. The official on the near side, the side judge is standing over it.
Where that's at, I mean, that's bound to be on the defense.
A hold downfield. It could be a number of things. Sideline interference is what we've gathered it is, and we see that now. And not excited about that, but sideline interference is the call.
How about this, Doug? Darius Washington, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns, 83 yards.
I got nothing. And Gassett just puts the ball right on the money there. Mesh on for what is now his 5th PAT attempt here in the first. 34-6. Sideline warning was on Ouachita.
Letzinger a little late getting on the field there for this extra point. That's the kind of stuff you have to watch for whenever you get in this position.
Mesh with that kick up, and it is good right inside the tuba that is up in that the band section below the Jumbotron. 35-6, Trojans lead this one. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're watching ASH Trojan Football on 446 Sports.
I just haven't met you yet. I might have to wait, I'll never give up. I guess it's half timing and the other half's luck. Wherever you are, whenever it's right, you'll come out of nowhere and into my life. And I know that we can be so amazing. And baby.
So So we are back here to Lions Stadium. And, Nick, to clarify things, it's a 15-yard penalty. You saw the unsportsmanlike or the personal foul being called on there. That means there's contact on the sideline warning, which they're coming down and the official ran into one of the guys on the sideline, and they'll get you for that, won't they, KP? 35-6 in this one. Trojans set to kick off from plus territory following that 15-yard one. And squibs this one around. It's going to bounce around and be hammered, and that's where they'll find it at the 31-yard line.
Yeah, Larry Cooper there with the recovery there for Ouachita.
Onside kicker.
I'm just
Larry Cooper.
You talk about the fast starts in a lot of games. I don't know of one that's been much faster than this because it's looped the defense getting some quick stops.
Yes. I mean, we've given them very good field position, obviously, with the 3 onside kicks that we've tried.
Correct.
And haven't been, successful on. And that's kind of hurting Eli's stat there. I guess Bodie's got the
So we saw a message from Bodie Van Dyke earlier. Said him and his partners are coming over and they're watching this one. So a big shout out to the former Trojan alumni. He's forever a Trojan without a doubt. And
Xavier White there on the tackle of Dade. But like I said, you talking about patience. He's got them too, Doug. So 2 really good running backs here tonight.
Oh, there's absolutely no doubt about this. Connor, the junior quarterback, trying to get something going. He's got Whitell Clark out to the near side. Out with him is number 15, Nelson. One lone receiver to the top of it. Frazier is in tight coverage on Nelson, and now he backs off of that just a little bit. Handoff goes up the middle, and now break to the outside. Does the good run. I mean, that's your guy again out there, MJ Dade.
Yeah. It's like Townsend and Jay Frazier there on the tackles there after the first down for Dade.
Well, that's big for Ouachita because you're down 35-6 in the first. You can't get down any more than that without getting something going here. But this Trojan defense is just swarming. In a situation like this, if it's late in the game, the Trojans know it's passing and they can come firing away. And Connor will come back to pass. There's that little jailbreak screen of theirs. Oh, oh my gosh. That's somewhere Coach Ernie is calling that a slobber knocker. Brett, I don't know if you have that again. Let's take a look at that. Nick, look at
to Jordan Mason. Watch 92 on your screen. Watch him at the end of this play.
See that replay courtesy of BU Designs.
He is right here in the middle of the screen right there. Watch this.
It's not a telestrator. You can't write on that. Oh, there's that lick. Oh, my goodness.
I was pointing that out to you, sir, not to everybody at home.
That's right. Snap is back. Handoff's going to come this side. And there's a return block right there. Boy, that's pancakes. Who is that? That's the big 42 that we talked about, wasn't it?
Yeah, Crenshaw.
Julian Crenshaw just came up with a big block. Of course, Simon's given up a lot of weight to him, but still.
Yeah, Griffin there with the tackle from your free safety position, and he's starting to rack up the tackles. So, like I said, I want more tackles from our front 7 than our free safety guys.
This is very similar to a fighter trying to get to the bell. If you're Ouachita, you're just trying to get to the end of the first quarter here. Trailing this one 35-6. Handoff's going to go up the middle. Good pressure, but it doesn't matter. Dade is there for the first down as he dives over for the first. Clock stops momentarily to move the sticks, so they will have to snap the ball one more time. And Hobbs comes back in as he was given a quick breather by Ethan Richard.
And J. Lou there on the tackle, but first down for the Lions.
Peyton Hobbs has to be going into next year, and we're not rushing this year by any means, as one of the key guys in the state along that defensive line.
Yeah.
He's grown up a lot this year. Snap is back. Play action now. Wide open to the far side as the receiver or the defenders had went down the field, trying not to let anyone get behind them. And it's a pretty good drive.
Yeah, Jayton Terry, J. Lou, and Simon all there. So
that will do it, Nick, for this first quarter of play. We'll move on to the second when we come back. We'll be back in 60 seconds. You're watching ASH Trojan Football on 446 Sports.
Check out some of our recent work at the Panthers Stadium. In addition to custom signs and banners, we also handle custom trophies, custom awards, custom vehicle wraps, and more. Give us a call. We handle projects large and small.
At Wallace Eye Associates, right now is the best time to have your cataracts removed. A new year means a new deductible, so if you're just not seeing as well as you used to, schedule your cataract evaluation today. It's fully covered by all medical insurances, including Medicare. You never need a referral at Wallace Eye Associates, and our method of next-generation cataract care is the most affordable in the state. There's only one team, one focus, your vision. Wallace Eye Associates.
We're back here, second quarter of action. Folks in the stands, folks around Alexandria and Central Louisiana are going ASH Trojan crazy. Have heard from a number of folks that have it up on their screens tonight. Folks at walk-ons have it, trios, Eastside daiquiris. I mean, it's just all over. Why not put it up on the screen and watch some ASH Trojan football?
Yeah, real exciting game start here to try to get this 9th victory of the season for the Trojans.
9th victory is a big one because it sets things up. We're going to check in on that West Monroe Neville game here momentarily as well. Try to get an update on that. Connor tries to run the option, but it was sniffed out pretty good by Jackson Townsend. Connor cuts it up and does what he does.
Yeah, shoestring tackle there by Elijah Nelson to save a big gain, and he's elusive there back there. Connor is. His dad was a running back here at Ouachita Parish.
Right.
Went on to play college ball.
Second down and 5 now for the Lions of Ouachita. Clark goes in motion. Connor settles back. Play action there. He's going to step up. There's pressure by X, and they're just hanging on. And there's the aforementioned Peyton Hobbs.
That's going to be a sack, Doug. So
indeed,
good work there by
right.
Hobbs. So like I said, Xavier slowed him down, and Peyton finished him off. So good work there by those two, both juniors.
Both juniors. Boy, that's just, it's great. There's so much football left this year, but you got a lot of guys that are getting a lot of experience and growing up throughout this season, playing above their grade, and will help these Trojans as they move into the playoffs. Trojans looking to lock up a home first round bye and a home field and home playoffs, but Connor going to find his way out. He steps out around the 21-yard line, so just shy of the first down. Boy, that was close. Now it's going to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, I was trying to see. Yeah, they're going to mark him at the 20. So
got to get the ball halfway between the 19 and the 20-yard line. And Ouachita you don't do anything except go for it here, of course. Doesn't take a broadcast announcer to tell you that. Folks around the stadium making some noise over there on that far side. Timeout, Trojans. We'll take it with them. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're watching ASH Trojan Football on 446 Sports.
At Wallace Eye Associates, right now.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks right from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing. Download our mobile app today.
And welcome back to Lions Stadium here in Monroe, Louisiana, where your Alexandria Trojans 35 and Ouachita Parish Lions 6. 4th and 1 here for the Lions here in the second quarter. 10:38 left in this first half.
Big 4th down play coming up now for Ouachita. And I'm not saying this is a must-have make, but, this is a chance for you to climb back in there a little bit.
Well, Doug, they weren't under center before. They were in shotgun, before the timeout. Now they're under center again. Wonder if they're going to try to pitch back to them.
And that's another timeout, back-to-back timeouts by the Trojans. And Coach Mercer wanting to make sure of things. Neville on top of West Monroe 20-7 in that one. Neville looking to move to 9-0. That's that other team that we talked about, that a game next week could be the biggest one at Butch Stoker Stadium.
Yeah, it would be very exciting. Like I said, we need to finish this off this evening. But the thing about West Monroe is they need to keep it close because their offense is not as fast as the Neville offense. So if they can keep it close, that'll be a good match for the West Monroe Rebels. But like I said, if Neville gets a little breathing room, it might be tough.
Ruston on top of Pineville, 28-0 in that one in the second quarter. And you could see all of that on your Saddlers Towing scrolling scoreboard. It's 35-6 here. Fourth down play, and stay in the shotgun, do the Lions of Ouachita. Trojans look for them to bring some pressure here. Trying to count. I think Ouachita is a little confused. Connor with a hard count trying to make Ash jump and don't do it. 18-17, plenty of time on the play clock. Snap is back. Handoff up the middle. Looks like they'll mark him for the first. He's going to be out to the 19. So he picks up a half a yard, and that's all that he needed. It'll be first down, Ouachita Lions.
Yeah, Mason and Nelson there with the tackles. Didn't get much, but did get enough.
Didn't get much, didn't need much. Good play call and good push up front by that offensive line. Ash had that three-man defensive line, and I think they were more guarding towards something over the top and a big strike right there.
Yeah, and like I said, they were under center on that last fourth, and then they pitched back and didn't get it. So this time they were in their normal shotgun.
35-6. Ouachita trails in this one. Snap is there. Handoff goes right up the middle, and MJ dancing around, but will go down after a pickup of 2. I mean, he's caught in the backfield and gains 2.
Yeah, that was a great job by Cortez. He held contained out there, got off his block, forced him inside, and J. Lou was there for the tackle. So good work there by Cortez, forced him inside.
Our man Chuck in the house keeping that scrolling scoreboard up and going. He's double duty. He's running the scoreboard for us, running the scrolling scoreboard, and loving life out here in Ouachita Parish.
Just as long as he doesn't have to drive, Doug.
Just as long as he doesn't have to drive. Connor brings a man in motion. That's Clark, and that's going to be that little touch pass that'll be there. And the Trojans see it every day in practice. So Griffin and Xavier snuff that one out.
Yeah, kind of odd tackle there, but did bring them down. They both went to wrap him up. They knocked him down. They kind of wrapped each other up, but it worked.
So they get a tackle on Clark and then half a tackle each on each other.
Yeah.
There you go.
So.
Well, this is, so you get through all of the stuff that went on in this game. They get it 35-6. This is the kind of football that Ouachita wanted to play from the start.
Yeah.
Connor looks over on 3rd and 4. Looking for perhaps a hard count draw off. Doesn't get it. Toss comes back to the near side. And there's Hobbs again. First man there. But going to be stopped short again of the line to gain. It'll be 4th down in inches. Ball rests at the 10-yard line, and they've got to get just outside the 10.
Yeah, Hobbs and Thibodeau there. They're just running down the line of scrimmage, and good work there by Peyton to slow them down. Thibodeau finish them off. Jayton Terry came in as well.
Terry looking good out there. Good to see him back out onto the field.
Yeah, I really would have liked to watch him versus Hudson last week, although, like I said.
Oh, good pressure by the defense, but they just get sucked in. And, they bit so hard on that handoff to the running back. Connor pulls and goes.
Yeah, you set it up like that, and that's their, like I said, that's their two strengths right there, the running quarterback and Dayton with the backfield. So, have a little discipline there on his backside, but it happens.
Indeed, it does. Trojans, they went for 2 the last time. Expect Ouachita to perhaps to do that. Trojans are covering it up. And they do switch it over to the far side, but there's Grayson Thibodeau to say, we see that a lot. So pulls that down, and back-to-back PAT's no good. Let's step away for a minute. It's 35-12. ASH Trojans have the lead, and they'll have their first possession in the second quarter.
Yes.
Goodness gracious. We'll be right back in 30 on 446 Sports.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Harrell, Certified Residential Appraiser. I am currently a leading provider of appraisal services for mortgage lending, employee relocation, estate planning, and community property settlements. My experience in real estate over the past 13 years and currently serving as president of the Greater Central Louisiana Realtors Association has given me a clear understanding of the real estate world and the ever-changing market we live in today.
Back to Lions Stadium we go. Ouachita Bears, Doug Gann alongside of Nick Magnano, my man Brett Stallsby, Jason Crooks, Chuck Perkins made the trip up here. Mondragon sky kicks that one, and it is picked up on the far side. Jimmy Duncan has that one, or is that Darius?
It's Darius.
Yeah, that's Darius that's got that one. He came a long way up to get that one.
Tell you, talk about him being a center fielder. He fielded that one like a shortstop or second baseman. So,
what if Coach
does he play
Briggs is
baseball?
watching? I don't know, but Coach Briggs, if he's not, you need to look at that young man. 35-12. And so the Trojans had 3 touchdowns by this point in the first quarter, and this is the first time they've had the ball in the second quarter?
I think so. I don't think they've had a possession. I'm trying to remember, but I think you're correct.
No, because we took the timeout when they switched into the fields down here.
That's right. That's right.
First down and 10, Trojans have it from the 34-yard line. Sellers back in at quarterback, 5 wideouts. This is that's that formation they went to on the first play when they threw the ball to JT. They're coming up on them pretty tight now. Now they'll go the other way. And staring that one down was number 5, Orlando Fremont, looks like. Is that who?
Yes, yes. You know, that play, I mean, Coach was switching KJ and Jimmy before the play. That play just didn't seem to click at all.
Didn't seem like they were ready for that one. Now it's 2 and 3 to the near side. Duncan, who was on the show, and D-Dub, who was there the week before. Sellers rears back and fires that one to Fontenot. Fontenot makes a shifty move, but the pressure and the tackle is there from number 34, Donovan Shine, at the corner.
Yeah, 11 yards there on the stop route, and he's become our new stop route guy for the year.
Out to the 45-yard line. Now hung over to D-Dub to the near side. Good block by Jimmy Duncan. And Darius all the way out for another first down. Back-to-back first downs for the Trojans. Don't take anything away from our man EJ Stopper Out Scott. He's playing for the Wildcats of LCU now, but there is a new sheriff in town. Handoff goes to JT. Had 174 yards in the first quarter and 3 touchdowns, and adds 2 to that total.
Yeah, 2 yards there right up the middle behind Reed and Caleb Pearl.
Oh, that's some good ones. We had Reed on the show a couple of weeks ago. Just such a good young man. Snap is back.
It's
having to roll to the near side. May have to just chunk this one away, and I know that just pains everybody on that offense to throw one away.
Yeah. Thought Carson might have been. No, I thought it might have been limping, but no, he's just rolling out there. So that's his first incompletion since the first throw. So he had hit 5 in a row.
Trojans had been pretty aggressive on this first drive here. JT just the 1 carry, but have been out throwing the ball a lot.
Yeah.
Darius now will switch sides. He will go over there and join Alex and Jimmy. So empty over to the side where we are. Sellers in at quarterback, and he's going to roll that way, squaring those shoulders up and throwing the ball just in the middle of that zone. It's complete to Jimmy Duncan, out for another Trojan first down to the 23-yard line.
26 yards there on that pitch and catch there to Jimmy.
6:50 to go here until halftime.
Jimmy's first catch of the game.
Handoff goes to JT now, getting behind the left side of that offensive line, and will hop his way out of bounds after a pickup of 4. So give JT 4 more down to the 20-yard line at the edge of the red zone.
It looks like that defense has said, hey, we're not going to give up that big play to him right now.
Sellers faces second down and 6. Play action to JT down the middle, intended for Fontenot, and just didn't let him quite get the separation, and that's going to bring third down.
Yeah, I wonder if he was not looking at Jimmy at first, and Jimmy wasn't
didn't
looking
look
back.
like he
Yeah,
was ready for it.
right, exactly. Last minute, maybe went to Fontenot there, but he's something to watch on the film.
Third down now and need to get to the 15-yard line, the 14.5. Play action. They'll call a penalty on there. Looks like it's going to be false start against the Trojans, we believe. Dead ball it is.
That's the second penalty of the night for the offense for 10 yards there, and the defense had 1 for 5 so far. So pretty clean game so far, Doug.
It is as we near that midway through the second quarter, 35-12. Trojans put up all 35 points in the first quarter. Snap is back there. Little shoulder fake, and then dump it off to JT. Doesn't go down, still on his feet, out to the 17-yard line. And it'll be third down now and short, maybe, or is it fourth? Fourth down now.
Yeah, 6 yards there from Sellers to JT. Good work with not going down. It's JT's first catch of the game.
Was targeted on the first play of the game and unable to hang on to it. Now they bring that tight formation out there, and Trojans can do just about whatever they want. They've got 4 receivers out of this one, and they like to run the wheel to JT out of this. Well, I don't think that's the throw that Carson wanted. He saw pressure come up, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
Yeah, not really much there in the routes. JT maybe if you get the ball to him one-on-one outside, but not bad coverage there by the line defense.
No, not at all. And they've made some good adjustments as they switch from first to second quarter. They're covering the run up pretty well, have not allowed the big play, and tight coverage on the defense, and that's what we expected out of this Ouachita team.
Yeah, and got to make sure we get some focus back for the Trojan offense here.
And again, if you're Ouachita, this could be a pretty good series. That pass complete over the middle. Trojans not tackling before the first down is made. If you're Ouachita and you go down there, Nick, and can get a touchdown, you get the ball to start the second half. Theoretically, could make this a one-score game.
Yeah, get a little momentum there. I think that's first pass that Connors completed out of the pocket so far to Crenshaw. So not a bad start there for the Lions on this drive here, Doug.
No, and the Trojans had all of the momentum early, couldn't miss, and then I don't know if they just sat on the sideline too long. Ouachita's defense really buckled up. Connor being chased. He's got somebody looking at him on each side. A little bit of a hold on this side and just throws that one away.
Yeah, good heads-up move there so he doesn't lose yards. But like I said, possibly could have been a hold, but they let go of him at the end, which I learned last week. Oh, by the way, last week, the one that I was questioning where Tanner got knocked down.
Yes.
But while he was in the route on the two-point conversion, expert told me that as long as the ball's not in the air, he can get knocked down, and if he's behind the line of scrimmage as well. But even if he's past the line of scrimmage and the ball's not in the air, technically they can get knocked down in high school ball.
There you go. Second down and 10. Following that incompletion, clock stopped at 5:25. Connor calls for the ball. Steps back now, looking in the middle. Here comes Big Hobbs. Second sack of the night for Big Peyton Hobbs.
Good work there by that young man. Great catch, a coverage sack, Doug, for sure. Nothing against Peyton there, but the guys behind him, they did well covering, giving him time.
And he'll come out following that loss of 6 on the play. But it looked like that Connor moved to the side trying to juke and think that Peyton would go with him. And Peyton didn't. He stayed right where he was at.
Yeah.
And came right back into Hobbs, and he one arm pulls him down. So great work there, staying at home. 4:50 now on this third down and long. Trojans desperately need to get this stop and get some momentum back. Good work up here in the press box. Connor's going to step up, now step back. And that pass is complete. They call that the hokey pokey is what he does. Because he put his right foot up. I don't have to explain it to you.
He did a really good job, keeping the play alive and giving them a chance, and actually completed a pass. But the defense covering real well.
Yeah, as big of a stop as it was that Ouachita got in a game that's 35-12, that was a huge defensive stand by the Trojans.
Yeah, we need to get a little momentum back here.
You know that they are going to try to get some more points before the break. Snap is back there. This time the rugby-style kicker stays home. Darius calls for the fair catch, and that's going to roll around. The Trojans will fall on it. Can't pick it up. Just stay where you're at. And, boy, that could have been chaos for the Trojans as we've seen that oblong ball bounce around a lot. And it did so there in the Trojans' favor.
Yeah, very fortunate there. I tell you what, this young man can punt the ball, and he's turning it over tonight. And when you turn that ball over, I mean, it just makes such a big difference for that.
Yeah, and that's what we've been worried about all season long when Darius goes back for one like that. But the Trojans got a break on that one.
Yes, man, it's been hard to question Darius on him because
no, not
he's
at
been
all.
clean
That's
so
right.
far. No, I agree. I mean, I'm the one that's wants him to be a little more conservative than that, but he's definitely been good.
Trojans start deep in their own territory. First time now. Well, no, I guess their first drive was from the 13 or from the 17. So this is their worst starting field position at the 12. Is that Gassett in there, quarterback?
Yes.
Max Gassett, the quarterback. He hands it off to JT. JT trying to get to the corner. Can't do it. Boy, that defensive line, this is the one that we read about,
Yes.
watched on tape.
Yeah, and looks like, what do we have, Doug? Maybe a 1 yard loss there?
They've
Or
not
they're gonna
moved
no line
the
of scrimmage
stick at all.
Okay. So it's his first carry for no gain after eight carries on the night. Kirkland Bates in there, Doug, at the top of the screen.
And the Trojans take their third timeout, and Coach Bachman is visibly angry with the way things are going.
Yeah, this is exactly what you don't want to have happen. We need to bounce back here. You get up there and you kind of lose focus. We need to stay clean the rest of this game.
Church Point scores again. They're on top of the Eagles, 21-0 in that game.
Where's Church Point, Doug? Do you know?
Down in Vols, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, it's close to. And before somebody writes in and says I'm wrong, I believe that's where it's at down there.
Okay. Sorry, I put you on the spot there.
It's quite all right. Not the first time, so we're good with that. Don't forget, folks at home, coming up at halftime, we'll have your scores around the way on the Foster Community halftime scoreboard update. We'll get an update on how Socktober went. It is now what is it? Somvember? Yeah, I don't know. No.
They had a big.
Okay.
They had a big pulled pork fundraiser today. Pulled pork sandwich and chips and dessert, and
I would have thought we'd have had them for the ride up here. And we got 2 members of that, right?
No comment. No comment. No comment.
Okay, back to live action we go. Second down.
I told you all about it 2 weeks ago and never heard a reply.
Yeah, we told you about poinsettias and still don't got them. The green ones. Snap is back to Gassett. That pressure's coming in on him. And there's going to be a hold, it looks like. That's going to be near the end zone, too. So that's a tough one. Trojans are going to be deep.
Their third penalty of the night, Doug. That's going to be half the distance, or will that be 10?
It should be from where the foul occurred, which was thrown back around the 3-yard line. That may push it back from there. And they will. They do it half the distance from the 3-yard line, put it at the 1.5. Repeat the down, so second down, and that one was not a good-looking one anyway. But
so they're going to call it a 6-yard penalty?
Just a little bit out. Well, it goes to the 7-yard line, so it's from where it happened. That's strange that's where.
Yeah, I think they're coming in to talk about it, or maybe not. Okay. Six-yard penalty there to the 6-yard line.
3:49 to go until halftime. Trojans going backwards here. Gassett's going to roll to the near side. He's being pressured. He's going to tuck and run, trying to get a block, and he does. Out to the 20. Driven out of bounds. And, goodness gracious.
25-yard line from the 7, so.
It was indeed the echo of the whistle.
18-yard run there by Gassett.
That's what you get when Max Gassett comes into the game. We saw him throw for the touchdown, but he can pull the ball down and take off and running. And that seemed like a designed rollout run. Now JT's got it. JT following the blocking, does a good job getting past that one, banging around. And that's the JT Lindsay that we saw in the first quarter. out there banging around.
Yeah, 9 yards out there off that left side behind Morris and Lofton and Townsend.
Church Point up in Acadia Parish. I don't want to confuse myself.
Oh, nice one-handed catch there.
That's Tanner Townsend coming this way.
Trying to see the line of scrimmage. Give him 5 on that catch there for a great one-handed catch there. Can you save that replay by any chance there, Brett?
It is locked away. Yeah, we'll look at it when we get a sec here. First down and 10 from the 41-yard line. Gassett out of the shadow of the end zone, definitely. It sounded like a whistle was blowing somehow, and I think people stopped, but JT's legs keeps grinding, and that, folks, is JT Lindsay at his finest.
15-yard gain there.
And
First contact's about 5 yards.
Right.
So.
But did you hear some sort of a whistle out
I think
there?
it's their clock over here that I've been hearing it most of the evening. And there's
inside of Ouachita Lion territory. JT's got that one spinning around now, and this is where you set up the run, and bust that pass in there.
That's it. Setting it up right here.
Because the Trojans are content to feed the ball to JT every time, except this time as he exits in favor of Von Darvon.
What a difference a week makes, Doug. He only has 11 carries so far.
Only 11. That's correct. Scored on 3 of them though. That's a little toss to Darius, who only picks up 3, so 3 passing yards for Gassett. Will bring up third down and short.
Yeah, Darius' 4th catch of the game. First 2 were touchdowns.
So his touchdown average dropping here considerably. Third down and 3. Handoff goes to Vaughn, who dives forward for just a yard. And that's going to bring up 4th down and short.
Vaughn has 2 carries for 2 yards.
Does a lot of things, though. He pounds away at that defense and then gives JT an opportunity. But JT, you want in there. And don't think that Gassett won't pull this one and run, too. Gassett pulls this one and runs, too. Inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. And that's just Max Gassett.
8-yard gain there for first down on that play. And when you've got a 4-star that has that many rushing yards, fake it to him.
Snap is back to Gassett. He pulls it down. It's a little high, but JT now hops and down to the 20, and a flag comes in very, very late.
Yeah,
this one.
That's probably going to be a hurdle. You're not supposed to hurdle when they're on the ground. When they're on the ground, you can't hurdle them.
We'll get.
Or I'm sorry, when they're up, you can't hurdle them. Excuse me. I learned that this week too.
We'll get the clarification of it here quickly. They're looking at the penalty, what would be from the 22-yard line where it happened. It's our man Coove that gave us that update about Church Point being in Acadia Parish. So appreciate you, Coove. A lot of folks we talked about watching in the restaurants there at walk-ons and trios and East Side, and a lot of folks are watching it from their back porch too, and just grilling and having a good time. So we appreciate everybody that is watching around Central Louisiana. This one, no flag is there, and a timeout is going to be whistled. It looks like.
Yeah, coach is not happy about that.
Wants to get a little clarification. We'll give him a moment to do it. We'll be back in 30 seconds on 446 Sports. We are back to Lions Stadium. That timeout was there, and just not really getting anything handled there. I know that head coach Benji Lewis was not happy about that at all.
Yeah, so it ends up being an 8-yard carry there for JT on first down, and like I said, We talked about this before. If the player's on the ground, you can hurdle him. If the player's standing up, you can't. So he was on the ground. So that's probably why they
Well, you go
took
back
it
to
off.
that one a week ago when JT hurdled the guy
Yeah.
that had went down low on him also.
Mm-hmm.
Second down and 2. Duncan and Washington to the far side. They go out by the numbers, actually at the 20. Thibodeau in there at the H-back. Handoff's going to go to JT. JT banging around. He's got the first and a few more out to the 14, 15-yard line.
Yeah, so a 5-yard run there on second down for the first down. And
these are those grind-out yards from JT that we need here.
Yeah, and still plenty of time on the clock. We do not have any timeouts, Doug. We've used all 3.
Gas it quickly over to Darius. Jimmy doing a good job of blocking. Darius looking for his third of the night. Spins around. Touchdown, Darius Washington. Touchdown, Trojans.
Yeah, 15-yard little screen out there to Darius, and Darius now has 5 touchdowns. 5 catches, 3 touchdowns.
And let's see the third one of the night right here, courtesy of BU Designs. And boy, look at the blocking of Jimmy. And those two just work in tandem so well. Gassett with his second passing touchdown of the night. Zips that one over there quickly, puts it right on the money to Darius. There's Jimmy with the block, and the rest of the way, it's just D-Dub. Spins in there, third touchdown of the night. Mesh on for what is his 6th point after touchdown attempt.
Yeah, and Darius just does a great job from that stand position, after he catches the ball with acceleration. Last week he had one very similar. It was a 20-yard, and he just kind of did a spin move. As long as he has 1 or 2 people out there, we like our chances.
Look, there are a number of college coaches that watch our broadcast on Friday night. We've heard from a lot of those guys. Somebody needs to pick up D-Dub. He is that good. Kick is up from Mesh, and it is good. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Trojans on top 42-12 when we come back.
Yeah, so what happened out there tonight?
We struck out at home with leftovers, then we remembered walk-ons.
What effect did the situation have?
Spirit soared. Nick took on a burger. Jen obliterated her ribeye po' boy. And speaking of spirits, Laura even scored a real tasty cocktail. She needed that.
Any lessons learned today?
Yeah. Head straight to walk-ons.
Scratch-made dishes, wall-to-wall TVs, craft beers, and cocktails. Walk-ons for the win.
Back to Lions Stadium we go, 42-12. Trojans, only their second possession in the second quarter, scored on one and turnover on downs on the other. Have yet to punt tonight, and 6 touchdowns on the board. Fung, kind of a sky kick, and Duck hooks that one out of bounds. I don't think that's really what they were hoping for there.
Yeah. Yeah, not that they've driven a lot, but minute 15 left. That definitely opens up the playbook for them.
So let me tell you the old days of the way this was when Ash was looking up at the West Monroes and Rustons and things like that. They'd get in a situation like this and try to go down and get them a touchdown right before the break, knowing they were getting it back, and something would happen. We'd get a pick 6 the other way or something, and the lead would get a little bit bigger. See that Trojan defense is able to maybe capitalize on Ouachita trying to force something.
Yeah.
First down at 10, they go from the 40-yard line. Goes Ouachita right to left now, moving towards that big scoreboard. Connor dumps that one off. Ball goes up into the air. The football move was made, and the ball goes to the sideline, and that's a first down. Only took a couple of ticks off.
No, it's incomplete, Doug.
Where they called it incomplete?
Yep.
Okay. Fans, you hear it on our ambiance, Mike. They're not excited about the call, huh? Yeah, well, I'm hearing it's the horn that's over there. Yeah, that's blowing, and it just causes folks to stop just a little bit. Now 3 stacked receivers to the near side, 1 to the top. Connor looking over things. Here comes pressure. Turns around, makes that pass complete. Not going to be the first down just yet. That one, Nick, was complete out to number 15, it looked like. Is that who you have?
Yeah.
Nick Nelson?
Nelson, yeah. And Xavier and Jayton Terry there with the tackles to bring him down. I think that noise we're actually hearing, Doug, is actually our Ash's. I'll tell you a second.
Okay. Rolling the far side now, coming up and completing that one out to the 45. That's Wydell Clark who brings that one in. And this should be the third and final timeout of Ouachita. Take it with them real quick, and we'll be back in 30 seconds. You're watching ASH Trojan Football on 446 Sports.
This month, as we gather with the ones we love, let's take a moment to give thanks for the blessings in our lives. When it comes to protecting what matters most, trust those who care about your family as much as you do.
I'm Jason Hawk, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent. I'm here to help you protect what you hold dear.
Whether auto, home, or life, have peace of mind knowing that your family is covered today, tomorrow, and for years to come. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect what matters most.
And we are back. Second timeout for Ouachita. They do have one in their pocket, 38 seconds to go. Still an opportunity to get a score and come out in the second half and do something. Play action there. Here comes pressure. Connor steps up in it, trying to make a move. Trojans do a good job of keeping him inbounds, and that's Elijah Nelson finishing it off. But Jackson Townsend and Xavier there again. And, Nick, those linebackers getting those things done for you here.
Yeah. Jackson slowing him up, and then Elijah getting a good hit on him as well.
Second down and 8. Used a lot of time between snaps on that one. Connor being pressured. That ball is going over the top and incomplete. I don't think anybody really had a shot at it except Griffin, but he was still 3 or 4 yards away from it as it was badly overthrown. Third down and 8. 6 seconds remaining here. You see it on your Wallace Eye Associates scoreboard. It has been all Alexandria thanks to a big first quarter where they put up 35 in that one, scored on 5 drives in the first quarter, have scored on just 1 drive here. Have only had it twice, and that's Ouachita's style of offense. Third down and 8. Connor trying to work down the field towards the end zone. He's going after it again, playing center field back there, the Trojans, and J. Lou comes up with that one, I believe, in the end zone. That's the interception. Got him one back after last week.
Yeah.
He wanted that one. He said, I'm knocking anything down.
It looks like he took that one away from Jay, but hey.
he wanted that one. So J. Lou gets the interception there. 42-12, your Trojans lead it. We're going to step away and let you look at some of the sponsors that make all of this possible for you. Big time lead for the Trojans. We'll be back in 20 minutes.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Harrell, Certified Residential Appraiser. I am currently a leading provider of appraisal services for mortgage lending, employee relocation, estate planning, and community property settlements. My experience in real estate over the past 13 years and currently serving as president of the Greater Central Louisiana Realtors Association has given me a clear understanding of the real estate world and the ever-changing market we live in today. For any of your valuation needs, give me, Kimberly Harrell, a call.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
Just haven't met you yet. I might have to wait, I'll never give up. I guess it's half timing and the other half's luck. Wherever you are, whenever it's right, you'll come out of nowhere and into my life. I know that we can be so amazing. And baby,
This month, as we gather with the ones we love, let's take a moment to give thanks for the blessings in our lives. When it comes to protecting what matters most, trust those who care about your family as much as you do.
I'm Jason Hawk, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent. I'm here to help you protect what you hold dear.
Whether auto, home, or life, have peace of mind knowing that your family is covered today, tomorrow, and for years to come. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect what matters most.
To better serve our Senlaw family, Wallace Eye Associates proudly welcomes Louisiana native Dr. Nicholas Bro to the Wallace team.
I definitely feel very lucky and fortunate to be here with Wallace Eye and just to be practicing in Louisiana, born and raised and trained here my whole life. So I do feel very fortunate to be able to give back to this state that has given me so much.
When it's time for cataract surgery, there's only one team, one focus, your vision. Wallace Eye Associates.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks right from your phone, day or night, wherever you are or whatever you're doing. Download our mobile app today.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing to save the day. From keeping you comfortable to plumbing repairs and even generators, we do it all. Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, your one-stop solution for AC, plumbing, and generators. If you need us to save the day for you, call Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing or visit us online at southernairnow.com.
Want to shine online? Restore Media Group has got your back. Are you ready to take control of your online presence? At Restore Media Group, we specialize in reputation awareness, social media management, and boosting your Google rankings. Our mission? To help businesses in Mississippi and Louisiana shine online. Imagine your brand visibility skyrocketing, your social media posts engaging more customers, and your business staying ahead of the competition. Sounds great, right? Well, it gets even better. With services starting at just $299 a month, we offer affordable solutions for businesses of all sizes. Whether you're a small startup or an established company, we've got the tools and expertise to elevate your digital presence. So why stress over the digital world when you can let us handle it? Focus on what you do best and let Restore Media Group do the rest. Remember, we specialize in our things, so you can specialize in yours. Contact us today at info@restoremedia.com to get started. Transform your business online with Restore Media Group, because your success is our success.
Check out some of our recent work at the Panthers Stadium. In addition to custom signs and banners, we also handle custom trophies, custom awards, custom vehicle wraps, and more. Give us a call. We handle projects large and small.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Harrell, Certified Residential Appraiser. I am currently a leading provider of appraisal services for mortgage lending, employee relocation, estate planning, and community property settlements. My experience in real estate over the past 13 years and currently serving as president of the Greater Central Louisiana Realtors Association has given me a clear understanding of the real estate world and the ever-changing market we live in today. For any of your valuation needs, give me, Kimberly Harrell, a call.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
I just haven't met you yet. I might have to wait, I'll never give up. I guess it's half timing and the other half's luck. Wherever you are, whenever it's right, you'll come out of nowhere and into my life. And I know that we can be so amazing. And baby,
This month, as we gather with the ones we love, let's take a moment to give thanks for the blessings in our lives. When it comes to protecting what matters most, trust those who care about your family as much as you do.
I'm Jason Hawk, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent. I'm here to help you protect what you hold dear.
Whether auto, home, or life, have peace of mind knowing that your family is covered today, tomorrow, and for years to come. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect what matters most.
To better serve our Senlaw family, Wallace Eye Associates proudly welcomes Louisiana native Dr. Nicholas Bro to the Wallace team.
I definitely feel very lucky and fortunate to be here with Wallace Eye and just to be practicing in Louisiana, born and raised and trained here my whole life. So I do feel very fortunate to be able to give back to this state that has given me so much.
When it's time for cataract surgery, there's only one team, one focus, your vision. Wallace Eye Associates.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks right from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing. Download our mobile app today.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing to save the day. From keeping you comfortable to plumbing repairs and even generators, we do it all. Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, your one-stop solution for AC, plumbing, and generators. If you need us to save the day for you, call Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing or visit us online at southernairnow.com.
Want to shine online? Restore Media Group has got your back. Are you ready to take control of your online presence? At Restore Media Group, we specialize in reputation awareness, social media management, and boosting your Google rankings. Our mission? To help businesses in Mississippi and Louisiana shine online. Imagine your brand visibility skyrocketing, your social media posts engaging more customers, and your business staying ahead of the competition. Sounds great, right? Well, it gets even better. With services starting at just $299 a month, we offer affordable solutions for businesses of all sizes. Whether you're a small startup or an established company, we've got the tools and expertise to elevate your digital presence. So why stress over the digital world when you can let us handle it? Focus on what you do best, and let Restore Media Group do the rest. Remember, we specialize in our things, so you can specialize in yours. Contact us today at info@restoremedia.com to get started. Transform your business online with Restore Media Group, because your success is our success.
Check out some of our recent work at the Panthers Stadium. In addition to custom signs and banners, we also handle custom trophies, custom awards, custom vehicle wraps, and more. Give us a call. We handle projects large and small.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Harrell, Certified Residential Appraiser. I am currently a leading provider of appraisal services for mortgage lending, employee relocation, estate planning, and community property settlements. My experience in real estate over the past 13 years and currently serving as president of the Greater Central Louisiana Realtors Association has given me a clear understanding of the real estate world and the ever-changing market we live in today. For any of your valuation needs, give me, Kimberly Harrell, a call.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
I just haven't met you yet. I might have to wait, I'll never give up. I guess it's half timing and the other half's luck. Wherever you are, whenever it's right, you'll come out of nowhere and into my life. And I know that we can be so amazing.
This month, as we gather with the ones we love, let's take a moment to give thanks for the blessings in our lives. When it comes to protecting what matters most, trust those who care about your family as much as you do.
I'm Jason Hawk, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent. I'm here to help you protect what you hold dear.
Whether auto, home, or life, have peace of mind knowing that your family is covered today, tomorrow, and for years to come. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect what matters most.
To better serve our Senlaw family, Wallace Eye Associates proudly welcomes Louisiana native Dr. Nicholas Bro to the Wallace team.
I definitely feel very lucky and fortunate to be here with Wallace Eye and just to be practicing in Louisiana, born and raised and trained here my whole life. So I do feel very fortunate to be able to give back to this state that has given me so much.
When it's time for cataract surgery, there's only one team, one focus, your vision. Wallace Eye Associates.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks right from your phone, day or night, wherever you are or whatever you're doing. Download our mobile app today.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing to save the day. From keeping you comfortable to plumbing repairs and even generators, we do it all.
Welcome back to 446Sports. This is Brett alongside Nick and Doug with your Foster Community halftime score report. The Foster community would like to thank everybody who participated in the tournament. It was a great success, and they appreciate your contributions. A few other announcements they have that November is National Adoption Month, so if that's something you've ever been interested in, now is a great time
the foster community is a great organization to start at. They have, let's see, they have a foster parent orientation coming up on November 7th. It's from 5:30 to 7 at his church in Pineville. And that's at 1381 Pinehurst Drive. I've been through that myself. It's a great orientation. You should check it out if that's something you've ever been interested in. Excuse me. And also, another thing is they would like to thank everyone in camp for the 100 Men Who Care. That's a great organization. If you've ever thought about getting involved with that, they meet quarterly and they decide on the best organization to give money to, and it's just a great time of fellowship, and it's a great organization. And if you're interested in that, you can get on the floor or Destiny at Foster King. And now to your Scott.
Yeah, we're about 11 Western Road.
So your Senlaw school. Red River is on top of Ridgeville, 49 up in the third division. Eastville is on top of Hughes. It's 48 up in the third. Yeah. Oakdale and Wolves are tied under 14 and third was good game right there. The Buckeyes on top of Marshville Tigers. Nothing in the third quarter. Church and Bears on top of let's say it's all right. Nothing in the third. Christian was on top of Faraday, 36 to 15 in the third quarter. Logan scored on top of big, 42 to nothing over the South. Delta Chargers was up 22 to nothing at half in the block. St. Edmund is up 40 to nothing over Bowling. We're using halftime. Ruston is on top of Pineville, 35 to nothing.
It's really mind blowing.
And
halftime, some bad drive.
And sorry, Bunky is up 48 to 6 over Vidalia at halftime. 100 on it. Gina is up 50 to 7 over Caldwell at halftime. DeQuincy is up 28 to 6 over Rose Pine at half. St. Mary's is up 21 nothing over Northwood Lincoln at half. Second quarter season. West Ouachita is up 26 to 7 over Peabody in the second quarter. And Ringgold and Pickering are tied in the first quarter. Nothing apiece. And there's big battle in 258. And Neville is up 20 to 7 over West Monroe in the third quarter. I'm looking for what is that Neville score right? You just said 27. I did just say this. Neville and West Monroe 27. All right. And here at Lions Stadium, your Trojans on top of Ouachita 42 to 12 at halftime. And I'm gonna kick it back to Doug and Nick. And thank you for listening. Bye.
Brett, that is our Foster Community halftime score update on there. Brett Stalls will be bringing that to you. Appreciate that. We're going to get our buddy Nick back in here, who will give us in that the last 3 minutes here. Give the 2-minute offense here is going to give us some score or some. What are you giving us? Stats is what you're giving us. Thank you. Easy for me to say. So take it away, Nick.
On the passing, we had Carson Sellers 7 of 11 for 146 yards and 1 touchdown. Max Gassett 5 for 5, 91 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Wow.
Russian, JT Lindsay, 13 for 221 yards, 3 touchdowns. Max Gassett, 2 for 26 yards. And Vaughn had 2 for 2 yards. The receiving department had Jimmy Duncan, 1 for 26 yards. Darius Washington, 3 for 111 yards, 3 touchdowns. JT Lindsay, 1 for 6 yards. And Alex Fontenot, 3 for 62 yards. Tanner Townsend, 2 for 32 yards. And Doug, 486 yards of total offense for your Trojans in the first half.
486 yards of total offense, and I got to believe the bulk of that came in the first 12-minute stanza.
Yes, for sure.
Trojans, I think it was Ouachita that did their thing there in a second. I spent a little time down there with the TV guys from Ouachita with Mike Downhour, and those guys and Dez, and it was just that awe. It's like, is this all the time? Are you doing, are y'all on tight kicking? Is this all about us? And I was like, this is the Trojans offense. This is just what they do. And when it works, it worked wonderfully. And they were just shocked by the way that JT ran the ball and the way that, you can't come up and cover on them because they'll throw it. If you sit back and guard the pass, JT's going to come and bust one. But just the and I got a little grief from them for telling them that I thought that it was going to be a tough one. And you always do when you come up here. But dadgum, when the Trojans are on, they're as good as anybody in the state of Louisiana.
Yeah, and that's the great thing about the way they started for sure. You get that, you get a good start, and that helps a lot. Have a little excitement at halftime here. Guys kind of, there's looks like there's some dancing out there, which I'm gonna call it stretching to warm up, but they really like the PA system music right now. So
I am watching that a little bit, and that's one of those things that there's such a gray area as
there
a
is.
coach where you're
Errol,
like,
you ain't
you're up
lying.
42-12,
You
should have a good time. But have you noticed one thing? The Trojans scored on 6 touchdowns in the first half. What did they do with the ball? Hand it
Yeah.
right back to the official.
Yeah.
There was no more
Oh, no, I
waving
get it.
and hollering and any of that. And so, and Coach Bachman got that out of him. He said, "Look, you get in the end zone a lot. You've been there before. You don't have to do all of this."
Well, we had Aiden Price hitting the Quan, him and JT.
Well,
So that's a new warm up for Coach
Quan's
Nick.
being hit on the far side over there. They're doing it everywhere. I don't know if I'd recognize the Quan in order to hit him. I don't know about that. But here we are, 24 minutes away from what is a potentially huge matchup. Neville on top of West Monroe with the break 20-7. You heard that on the Foster Community halftime report. And the Trojans up big on this one. Another score of interest, Edna Carr, the number 1 team in the state in the power ratings, just 0.3 above the Trojans, all over John Curtis. And it's not the same John Curtis, but Edna Carr's the deal. And you got to be on the opposite side of the bracket of those guys.
Could you imagine if Jakeem Stewart was eligible on that transfer from St. Aug to Edna Carr, which he's already trying to move on to
Yeah, I don't
bigger
know that
things.
he'll ever even do anything over there. Move there to classify.
Yeah, that's it.
Wydell Clark is back deep to receive. He is back there with number 1, C.J. Spurs. It's a senior and a junior. Spurs, the senior, Wydell Clark, the junior. So we'll see him again next year, as well as M.J. Dade and Montrell Connor. So a lot of what you're seeing this year, Nick, you're going to see next year.
Yeah, definitely. All their skill guys seem to be coming back.
Rain starting to come down a lot. Can't get wet.
I can't get the scoreboard time.
Worry about that camera being trying to bust that one. Just was there and kickoff Ouachita to the 35.
Yeah, Wendell Clark on the return there. Colby Pope on the tackle.
Keep an eye out on that camera and see what we need to do with it. May just have to put my jacket on top of it right there. Let's cover it up with not the lens of it by any means, but. And this rain we thought was going to be out of here, but it's just starting to make its way in now in this northeast section. It's going to look like it's going to be here for a bit. First down and 10 for Ouachita. And brought down there. That's J-Lou making a pretty good tackle, Nick.
Yeah, great tackle there, considering that stiff arm that he was given. Good work there by J-Lou.
And that's a shifty back. That was Wade that was on him. Our scoreboard, though, it looks like the rain has got it just a little bit. We'll keep up. We think it is the third quarter in this one, so we'll keep up 42-12 here. Snap is back, toss over to the far side. Wade again in good time coverage, but he's able to get out of that. Staying in contained to the near side, and a hold is going to be called back in the backfield. All of that back to the line of scrimmage, Nick. So how about that defense?
Yeah, good work there by really across the board, but just shows how elusive Dade is in the backfield there. So
there's absolutely
calling that against the Trojans. I've never seen that.
I mean, he must have.
But
he's looking back that way. So
what is so they're off. It's two offset and pound gear.
Okay,
know what that was. We'll get that.
We'll get a clarification here in just a second. But for it not to go anywhere, may have been something on both sides of it. Third down and 10 now. So 2 plays that ran around just a little bit, but no yardage. And the Trojans trying to force, and that ball is bouncing around. Trojans are going to fall on it. And that was a low snap off the feet of Connor. And falling on it for the Trojans was Carrot Gaines.
Yep.
Well, that's just good work by Gaines.
Yep. Saw it on the ground, and good work there for your Trojan defense to start this second half for sure.
Low snap, slippery ball. And I mean, that's just, you have it there. Looks like Chuck's got it back up and working now. So 10:56, first down and 10. We knew that we'd have him back on there. First down and 10. We'll see the Trojans start at quarterback in the second half, and it is Carson Sellers. He's got Von Darbon in the back. JT on the sideline with his 224 yards.
21.
21 and 3 touchdowns.
I'm sure 1T's going to correct me.
Of course he will. He'll have it done by about midnight tonight, too. He'll have it watched back. He does such great work. Offsides, looks like, against the Lions, and it is. And these big defensive linemen that you talk about, once they flinch and they get back, you can't hide. I mean, it's evident that he was offsides. So the Trojans theoretically will start this drive on the 25-yard line, near possession near the red zone, following that third down fumble. Carrot Gaines recovers that, back to pass, looking for the strike right away. Sellers pumps a couple of times, throws that one into the end zone and in and out of the hands of Jimmy Duncan.
Yeah, he had all day to throw that, and Jimmy coming open free at the end there, but just not quite enough in the back of the end zone.
And the separation that he had, though, when the play was made, he looked like he was there. But Carson does a good job of throwing him open.
Yeah.
Second down and 5. Have to get to the 20. Carson back to pass again. Watch the screen coming. It's to Fontenot this time. Fontenot falls down. We'll see where he goes. He's at the 21-yard line. So it'll be third down and 1.
Yeah, give him 4 there, and Turf Monster. Got Alex on that one. That's his 4th catch of the game.
Some of this Ouachita crowd starting to get out. I think the senior night festivities got a Von Darbon up the middle. 10-5. Into the, don't mark him at the 1. Come give the big man the touchdown. Oh, goodness gracious. And then Darbon will come out of it. No, he's going to stay in there. You got to pay Vaughn off on this. Give him the ball back.
Yeah, 20-yard run there right up the middle there behind Pearl and Reed and Jacoby Morris.
Look,
3 seniors.
I've been so impressed with Connor Reed.
Yes.
That young man just grinds away and does this thing. You got to pay off on Darbon right here. Everybody in the place knows it's coming to 20. No, they pull it back, and they're going to be wide open to Tanner Townsend, who slips and falls into the end zone. I guess that's what happens. You bite the fake to Darbon and go over there, and that is a touchdown at Tanner Townsend. Touchdown, Trojans. Brett, take it away.
Great play fake here by Sellers and Vaughn.
And look, nobody looked Townsend's way. And that's just beautiful pass and catch right there. Another touchdown pass for Sellers.
And Tanner's reward is he gets to go snap the ball.
That's right. So the pass went from Sellers to Townsend. The snap goes from Townsend to Sellers. And the Trojans are up 49-12. We'll be back in 30 seconds on 446 Sports.
Yeah, so what happened out there tonight?
We struck out at home with leftovers, then we remembered walk-ons.
What effect did the situation have?
Spirit soared. Nick took on a burger. Jen obliterated her ribeye po' boy. And speaking of spirits, Laura even scored a real tasty cocktail. She needed that.
Any lessons learned today?
Yeah. Head straight to walk-ons.
Scratch-made dishes, wall-to-wall TVs, craft beers, and cocktails. Walk-ons for the win.
And we are back, we're not at J.L. Butch Stoker Stadium. We are at Lions Stadium in Ouachita Parish. You go up to I-20 and take a right and go about 5 miles, exit and loop back around, and that's where you'll find us.
Yeah, it's not a bad drive here at all.
It wasn't a bad one for me at all. Fung will put a foot into this one, and he drives that one back and into the end zone. Going against the wind, but slippery and all that. Well, that fumble and that touchdown just took the wind out of all of the cells here.
Yeah, the crowd is
We've got to check and see what's on our camera. We'll keep you going here with the audio.
Peggy Sullivan, the state
Losing our signal on that, but again, I'm telling you that rain is
Johnny's Pizza, TFM Enterprises.
that rain is playing havoc on us. So we'll listen like the old days of radio. First down and 10 for Ouachita from the. May have to refresh it and reactivate it, Brett, too. Connor with the handoff there and dropped in the backfield. That'll be a 2-yard loss. It went to Dade. I'm sorry, MJ Dade. Hang on, I'm going to get you back. There you go.
gains there on the tackle. Good work for him coming off the edge on that slow developing play.
37-point lead for the Trojans, and they are desperately trying to get it to that next point. Battery. And they're going downfield quickly. Got a man, but overshoots him. That's a good-looking throw right there, but incomplete.
A lot of whistles, Doug. I don't know what's flagged down on the far side on 30, so let's see what the call here is.
Well, Bachman is doing the decline,
Yeah.
so tell him it looks like it's coming back. It's just not in focus.
Yeah, penalty decline there.
Signal
Exactly.
back for you on here. That rain again, our camera, we were forced to have it out, and it was out in the rain. That pass is complete. Going to be a first down tackle just outside the 30 to the 31-yard line.
Yeah, Jaden Lewis on the tackle there. Actually, his 6th tackle of the game, fifth solo tackle.
9:12 to go in the third quarter. Trojans lead this one 49-12. They're even having chaos with their big jumbotron out here too. So weather that has moved in on us is getting there. We understand the signal is out. Connor's going to play action and keep that himself up the middle. Grinds his legs forward, Nick, for a 9-yard gain.
Yeah, Xavier there and for the tackle, and then Simon helps him.
It was on for a minute and then went away.
The Oxun's
it's resetting itself. So.
Yes. So Xavier White there.
Good to be back.
Cortez
You're back now.
Cortez Simon.
And there we have our signal back. Big kudos out to Jason and Brett and Chuck. Big pressure up the middle. X sliding down. You saw the water come up off the field that time.
Yeah, you noticed that as well. I didn't realize there was that much water on the ground until you see X go sliding by.
And that's the reason for our technical difficulties. Thankfully, we had we were able to have the audio going on that and a spare battery too. But that rain, no joke, that was out there that went through. Had to cover the camera up with a jacket, and I think that probably is what did it. But was there a penalty that's moving them back?
Yeah, but I guess it was after the play, Doug, because
ineligible player downfield is what the problem was, and that'll push them back just a little bit. Second down and 6 motion comes here. Boy, that one looked a little messed up from the start when the Trojans, got to watch out and get that young man down as that knee was starting to hyperextend a little bit.
Yeah, Richard there on the first, and then Spikes and Jay Frazier taking them down. Good work there by Richard to plug that hole initially.
Third down now and 7, I guess is what it is, from the 35-yard line. Have to get out to the 42. 7:54 and counting in it. You see that on the Wallace Eye Associates scoreboard up at the top. Trojans really looking to get a stop and a score right here, and that'll get that clock running. And again, not an opportunity to try to run anything up. Simply just getting this game over with and moving on to a 10th week. Snap is back there, right up the middle. And he slips down. And boy, that's another reason, Nick, why you want to get this game over with as quick as you can, because somebody could get injured on that wet turf like that.
Yeah, for sure. Of course, Jackson Townsend there. I don't know if I'll give him the tackle, but it looked like Dade was going down at the same time.
Menard gets on the board. It's 28-7. Church point from Acadia Parish. Thanks, Coof. And we went out again, so we're still going to work on that. We know that the camera signal is out. It has been giving us chaos once that rain went through, so bear with us as we get that back. This punt is away, no rugby style, and nobody back deep to return.
Dang.
That one's going to check and roll down to the 5. Somebody trying to get in there, and they're going to roll into the end zone with it.
Wow, that was that was Connor with the punt. So that
was
was
phenomenal punt that was on there.
65-yard punt. Obviously, it's going to be a net of 45 because it's going to be a touchback. But
It's resetting itself again. Let me see what else. Our other one was down there. Hang on, the black bag that I have is outside. Yeah, which one? And yes, we do know that the audio feed is down again. It's that rain playing havoc with us. Nick, I'm going to let you take it for a minute.
okay.
And call this 99-yard touchdown. Right
Oh no,
here.
okay. So I thought it was a touchback. So
No,
they didn't
he
give him- okay.
touched it right at the 1. So,
Okay. But I thought he
so
went
it
to the end zone.
wasn't.
So okay, 99 yards here. So we're going to have 6:42 left in this third quarter. 49-12. Trojans got Max is there. He hands off to pass out of there to Jimmy. Jimmy's to the 10. Jimmy's to the 20. Jimmy's to the 25. To the 28-yard line. So a 27-yard. I know you can't see it. We're working on the video right now, but a 26-yard pass there from Max Gassett to Jimmy Duncan. So good work there by those two. That's Jimmy's second 26-yard catch and run tonight. Vaughn Dunbar around the outside, and he's going to get, looks like 17 yards there for Vaughn. So
Working on swapping that camera out, and I think that one might have bit the dust. And we'll get that back up and going for you here momentarily, we believe. Handoff goes to Vaughn to the far side. Vaughn slips down. And, oh, boy, you got to be careful there. He slid. Thankfully, he slid there, but a couple of guys you could watch out. And, again, we've got camera number 3 up and going. Thank you.
11-yard run there for Vaughn on that play. And did Fondo get up? Yeah, Fondo's up.
Yep, both of them up. He went over the sideline. Look, no, he's still out on the field, so that's good. Noah's Ark formation out there. I do that because that's 2x2. For those of you scoring at home, that's going to be Jimmy again with it to the far side, gets to the 37. And went through 3 batteries and 2 cameras now, but I think that we're back up and going, and you see the rain that is on our camera lens that's out there, the new one. 5:54, though, that is correct. And Trojans look like they're setting up a big-time shot at a district championship next Friday night. That game will be at J.L. Butch Stoker Stadium. Keep an eye out tonight if the Trojans hang on here for your opportunity to get that district championship T-shirt that will be available starting tonight. Pass is complete. That looks like Kirkland Bates pulls that one out on the far side. Lost that, so let's get that back. All right. Just sounds a little better in my ears. I don't know if it's going out over the
13 yards there from Carson Sellers to Kirkland.
Max Gassett
Max
with
Gassett,
the completion. That's right. 3 receivers to the near side now, 1 to the top. Trojans up 49-12. They put up 35. That's that little step play action. Got a man. Just overshoots Bates there. Kirk had a step on him and unable to pull that one in. You know, we talked about down there when I was talking to the other guys. They said, look, just so many weapons. You got all these different guys. I said, look, the ability to get them there. And so their quarterback, they've got him listed here as a junior. They said he was a sophomore down there.
Okay.
On that. So they've got him listed here as a junior, though. But This is setting up some battles between this District 2 5A for the next few years. 2nd down and 10. Handoff goes up to Vaughn up the middle. Clearly missing from this second half is JT Lindsay. Don't expect to see him anymore in this one.
Yeah, loss of 1 there, Doug, for Vaughn on that one. Letzinger coming in.
So you got Lexinger, and that's Burford that's coming off. 13 is Colton Wilkins that's out there at the slot receiver. And the Trojans have KJ on the near side are your receivers. Gassett back to pass. He might step up in the pocket and does. If he gets past the line, he'll be good. Driving those feet, spinning forward, and that's going to be just shy of the first down. But great work by Max Gassett right there.
Yeah, give him 10 yards there.
Important points here as we roll under 4:46 to go in the third. Trojans up 37. Touchdown here gets that clock running. 4th down and inches to go. Vaughn to the right side now. Gassett calls for it. Play action. He's going to keep it himself and get the first. Dives forward over a couple of guys. And, boy, if you want a yard, Max Gassett's your guy. There's no doubt about that. He had the opportunity to hand it off to Vaughn or keep it, and a good read.
Yeah, 2-yard carry there for Max, get the first down.
1st down and 10 from the 14-yard line. Vaughn does have this one. He falls into the backside of one of those offensive linemen who hops up. I don't know if that was that Pearl. Yeah. 4 minutes even to go in the third.
No gain there, Doug, on that one for Vaughn.
Trojans the only team with a score here in the third quarter. And that's just the touchdown. Vaughn to the far side. He's not going to have anything either.
Give him 3 there on the outside, so it'll be a 3rd and 7 here, or 2nd and 7. No, 3rd and 7.
Down, and looks like a long 7, maybe an 8 from where they have. The ball sits at the 11-yard line. 3:23, 18 and 17. So Gassett and company grinding every little bit of time off the clock they can. Very rapidly moving third period of play. Toss goes back to Vaughn. Vaughn cuts to the inside. Darbon 5. Touchdown, Vaughn Darbon. Touchdown, Trojans. And that's a big touchdown, Nick.
Yeah, 11 yards there for Vaughn off the left side there behind Lofton and Jacoby Morris. Good blocking by your receiver downfield. So
Trojans averaging 48 points a game this season. Have eclipsed that. They had a point earlier and did it, but up into the 50s for the 4th time this season that they've been up there. Snap is back. Good hold. Good snap. The kick is low and goes under the crossbar, so it's no good. 55-12, but still gets it to 43, which puts it over the clock running time. And so that should wind this one down a little bit quicker in the 4th quarter. Doesn't matter if it comes out under it, Nick, because they can't come back out of the running.
They've already done so. Make sure you call your ride now. They are on their way.
That's one thing that they don't do back home. Coach say, look, if you hadn't called for your ride now and come get you. And this is, goodness, rainy night up in northeast Louisiana. Trojans rolling in this one 55-12. And it's been a 35-point first quarter that just put this one in the bag early. And that's after they got an onside kick, missed an onside kick.
Hey, Doug, we have 20-14. Neville still leading West Monroe in the 4th quarter, 20-14.
What a battle that is up here in northeast Louisiana. Again, that's going to skip off the turf, picked up at the 2-yard line, and they're tired of touchbacks, looking to run one back. Get it out to the 22-yard line is where they'll start with it. Good work in there by the Trojan special teams unit and number 41, Nick.
Yeah, I'm looking. I don't have a 41. I was looking at that myself.
That's why I went to you for that
Sorry.
one.
Sorry, boss man. I gotta get my job, do my job better on that.
Trojans are rolling into week 10. Finish this. They'll go to 9-0 for, I guess, what is probably, I don't know if they've ever been undefeated this late in the season. We'll have to get 1T on that and figure it out. But they will move into what is a pretty big game next week at JL Butch Stoker Stadium, as they'll move into undefeated and a shot at the district championship.
Yeah, Jayton Terry and Latravius Williams on the tackles there. So you have a line down.
Young man down on the field. That's right, for Ouachita. Tell us about the importance of that game. Not only it's a district championship, that's one of those, but the Trojans sitting at number 2 right now, which is pretty important for home field in the playoffs.
Yes, without a doubt. I mean, like we learned last night, they have changed it on the select side only, which was, I didn't know that until last night, but on the select side,
week is in
that's right. Where they're only having 24 teams, where they're being bye week, the high seed stays at home the whole time. So you definitely want to get when we talk about the high seed, 1, 2, 3, 4, that type. So we're looking at right now, we're number 2, and we're just, I mean, tenths of a point.
0.3 of a point behind.
Yeah.
But you look at Carr, who will get some big points off that John Curtis win tonight too.
Yeah. So there'll be a little separation after this, depending on what other teams do as well.
2 very fast athletic teams to the top. What a jump up and near interception. Was that 53?
Yeah, it looks like Sykes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Or is that?
I'm sorry, Sykesville. Yeah, Julius Sykesville.
52. Yeah, Julius Sykesville. I mean, jumps up and goes and gets that one, but unable to come down with it. I think it got on him in a hurry. A lot of younger guys that are out there right now for this Trojan team.
Give him that PBU, though, a pass breakup.
That's right. Off the stomach. I don't know. But we'll take it. 3rd down and 6. Dumped off and good pressure in the backfield. But, Dade is just as good as anybody. But the Trojan defense swallows him up.
Yeah, Bayon there to bring him down for looks like an 8-yard loss there.
Well, Bayon's going to be a really good one.
Yes. He's a pretty good basketball player too, Doug.
Yep. 4th down, that will end the 3rd quarter. 4th down and 15 when we come back. Trojans in command of this one and got the clock rolling. 55-12 when we come back. You're watching ASH Trojan Football on 446 Sports. Going to be an exciting one out at Walk-Ons on Thursday night, Nick. Folks, no telling, got to come out. That's one of the biggest games. I mean, since probably that West Monroe Ash semifinal game back in 2020, the COVID year, that was a big one as well. But I just think this one's going to be pretty big. How's there a district title game going on, and it doesn't involve a team from West Monroe or Ruston in that one?
Yeah, that's very interesting, but we'll definitely take it, won't we?
Absolutely, we will. Clock will be off and running now. It's 4th down and 14. Connor had about an 85-yard punt earlier. I don't know if he'll quick kick this one away. No, he doesn't. He runs to the near side and just going to throw that one up and knock it down is all you need to do. And that will be a turnover on downs, and the Trojans will have it inside the red zone for what is now their best starting field position, but only by a few yards. They started one drive on the 25.
Yeah, number 18, Maurice Jackson there on the coverage, pass break up there. So good job for that young man. He's a sophomore.
11:20. You see that on the Wallace Eye Associates scoreboard that is there. Trojans will take a little time on the sideline to get ready for this. After the turnover on downs and saying, look, just protect the ball. Carson Sellers back in at quarterback. He's there with Vaughn. And Bates is in. Nick, I don't know if you've noticed any of the new linemen that are out there.
Yeah, we'll go through them right here. Looks like the young Rivette is your left tackle.
Going to be a great one.
Carter Rivette.
Bates in motion. He gets a little toss pass out to the 15, and he's swallowed up there and will actually they'll gain 2 yards on that one. They'll give him maybe a yard.
Kirkland there on the 77, 73 is Jaden Clemens. 65, Justin Alvarado. 70 is Jacob Delacerda.
Delacerda.
Yeah, Delacerda. I always have a hard time with that one. I'm sorry.
Well, you got Montague this year, so that's a win.
Yeah, no gain there for Vaughn on that one. That's his 10th carry of the game.
JT 212 yards, 221 yards.
Yes.
All in the first half. Had 174 in the first quarter and 3 touchdowns on the night for him.
Yeah, I'm trying to see that I miss anybody on the offensive line.
Don't know.
Did I get this?
Snap is back. Sellers with the toss to Vaughn. Vaughn cuts back just a little bit and bangs around, taken out of bounds at the 12-yard line.
There by Vaughn, getting it, making it 4th and.
And look, Trojans are going to go for it here, but it's not they're not going to try to kick a field goal and try to add anything on that way. They end up getting the touchdown. They end up getting the touchdown, but this is not any sort of a adding on points on it at all.
66 Gage Williams is in, Doug.
Toss back goes once again, and he's going to be met in the backfield, and that will be a turnover on downs. Story of this one, Nick, was that first quarter.
Yeah.
Just it's one of those, and man, they just all cylinders coming out in that first quarter.
Yeah, big start. Great work there. Of course, obviously JT running, the way he did tonight. Carson came out well. Max, big touchdown pass as well on his second pass of the game. His first 2 passes, 27 yards and a 41-yard touchdown. So good quarterback play out of the Trojans tonight. Second quarter, couple of hiccups there on defense, but like I said, other than that, it's been a good game.
Handoff goes up the middle. Yeah, and had it not been that one breakdown and that big run by MJ Dade that they had too. I know they've got the 2 touchdowns on there, but that run was one of those that he got by and just went to the house.
Yeah, and he's a very good running back there. Montague with the tackle there.
There you go. See, you got that.
Appreciate the reminder
Next
there.
year you'll have De La Cerda.
De La Cerda. Yeah.
We're going to call off sides against the Trojans for lining up in the neutral zone.
Coach Ernie going down to get the bus warmed up.
That's right. Woke up from his nap and now he's ready to go and go to work. That's right. Y'all be safe. 7:47 and counting. Throw over to the near side is Clark, and coming up and bringing him down. That was
Montague.
Yeah, Montague again with another one. Wydell Clark got that out of the backfield. Again, we'll remind you, those that are watching along, if you've enjoyed it, we invite you to follow us on Facebook or give us a subscribe on YouTube and pick up one of the other videos while you're over there. There's a number. Stay tuned for highlights. A little over 45,000 views in the last 7 days. We appreciate everybody that has done that. And those that watched it on their TVs tonight. Of course, Walk-Ons was doing it. Trios in Alexandria on Versailles. Eastside got a couple of texts in from them in the traffic circle. Eastside Daiquiris is there watching the game tonight. So we appreciate all the folks at Walk-Ons and Trios and Eastside Daiquiris and wherever else you're at tonight. Right up the middle, Montague, and a couple of other Trojans there as we wind this one down. Nick, I want to go back to that first quarter and look at Trojans scored just about every every 20 seconds or so, there are drives where I saw Neville open things up a little bit.
Yeah,
now.
Neville 27-14 now over West Monroe, fourth quarter. Don't know exactly how much time's left there, but definitely looks like we're heading towards that big game we were talking about.
Very good possibility. The number one team in Division One non-select, and depending on where the Trojans are, one or two in Division One select. It's going to be a battle for the ages, and that's one of those people that have the split are this is the game you want to see.
Yeah, yeah. And once again, we've talked about, with the exception of Pineville, all these schools in our district are non-select. So we wish them well after we play them.
Absolutely.
For sure. But
Yep, us in Pineville stay in the select side of it, and the other three go on off to Ouachita, Ruston, West Monroe, and Neville will all go to the non-select bracket. 5:26 remaining in this one. Those of you that have the phones with you and watch this one from the stands, we appreciate you. Be safe going home. If you watch it on the way home, which can neither confirm nor deny that we might do that ourselves, or the back of our eyelids, one of the two. Over the middle, in and out of the hands, and it'll bring up fourth down.
yeah, this rain's getting a little lighter, I think, Doug. Well, it might be a little heavier now that I get outside the press box and look, but
beyond those rose-colored glasses.
Yeah,
That's right. 4:46 to go in this one. Got it. And we remind you to Tuesday. Don't care who you push the button for. Just get up and go out and vote. Pass to the near side is complete to Clark. It's a fourth down play. Turnover on downs. And that may get the rest of this Neville crowd up and moving as well.
yeah, Latravius Williams.
Or, sorry, yeah, Ouachita. Wow, look at us looking ahead to that next week. Goodness gracious.
By on there. We had Gary Voteman had a tackle on that series as well. Good to see Noddy out
If there was ever
there.
an opportunity to get a penalty flag thrown on me here, I just did it up here in the press box.
Did we get a clarification on what the offset and penalties were? I'm just curious because the signal was kind of back in the third quarter. Looked like the referee kind of put his two fists together. So I didn't know what that was.
I don't know. Gas it back in there. A quarterback should be the final drive. That little touch pass to Hayden Burford goes in. And Nick, didn't look like it rained a lot, but every player that goes down, there's water that comes up.
Yeah, that humidity, the dew, the rain, it's definitely collecting. 2 yards there for Burford.
November starts with a Trojan victory. High snap, but corralled and brought down. And that is a new running back. That's Levon Mays. Levon Mays that has that one. But again, Nick, we moved inside last week on Thursday night over at Walk-Ons. I don't know if it'll contain everybody this week. We may be inside and outside.
Yeah.
Going to be a big crowd. We invite you to join us 7 p.m. out at Walk-Ons for that show. It'll be the Thomas Bachman Show. We'll talk all about this game, and we'll certainly look ahead to what is turning into a undefeated district championship for 2-5A, the 9-0 potentially Neville Tigers, and your 9-0 ASH Trojans will do battle next Friday night. The battle at the Butch, they're calling it. Ball hits the ground. Gassick's got to get out of there, and down he goes.
Yeah, that's not going to be good for his run total, but that's kind of the way it is.
For 57.
About a 10-yard. We'll give him loss of 8 there. Unfortunately. Max had a good night running the ball as well.
He had a good night throwing it, too. Yep. He had a good night at quarterback tonight. Both quarterbacks had a really good time. Max able to come out there and do pretty well for himself. Darius had a Darius type of night. Back to pass now is Gassett. It's a keeper. He's got somebody on his back. He's got to be careful. Dumps that one off, and hard hit on both ends of it, the quarterback and out to Hayden Burford. And big time throw and catch.
12-yard gain there from Gassett to Burford. So
turnover on downs, as that was a 4th down play. Just a little over a minute remaining in this one. We're going to have an abbreviated wrap-up show, and then we'll get all of our gear down and out of the rain and head back down 165 to Alexandria and parts and points beyond. Connors went the entire way, as has Dade and others, and that will get you down to, they can hold it long enough, won't even have to snap it, but I don't know if Ouachita will go back out there. And we're down under 40 seconds. Ouachita should not have to snap it again. Brilliant clock work. But looks like Ouachita will go out and try to run another play. They don't have to. And almost get out of this one on senior. And they're looking around, yeah, and that may very well do it. It's that point you're figuring out which one is well, they will snap it. Kind of turned around quickly and snapped it, but that's going to be your ball game there. Trojans will win this one 55-12, move to 9-0. Last we heard, Neville was up 27-14 in the 4th quarter over West Monroe. And Nick, what a ball game!
yeah, for sure. Clayton Dole, Colby Pulp on the tackle there on the last play, and I'd look that up for you, Doug, real quick. See what we have for Neville and West Monroe. See if there's an update.
Again, your stats, Nick, were first half stats that you gave were pretty much same that they made it throughout.
Yeah, not much change. We did have Max Gassett with we had Carson Sellers with a 1-yard touchdown pass to Tanner Townsend in the second half. Darius had, let me see here. Oh, Darius, his touchdowns were in the first half. So yeah, it looks like Vaughn had the touchdown run of 11 yards. So that was
Right.
2 touchdowns.
And thought Vaughn had another touchdown, but they ended up with that little pass
Yeah.
that was on there. 55-12. Join us at Walk-Ons next Thursday night, and keep an eye out at 446 Sports, and you're going to see that district championship T-shirt for the battle at the Butch.
Matchup, yes, yeah, the matchup.
Matchup at the Butch. That shows both teams in there. It shows the date of it, and it shows that it's going to be a battle, my friends. So make sure that you come out for the Thursday night show. Make sure you keep an eye for highlights on this one. There's a lot of them that we'll cut up. For my man Jason Crooks outside running the camera in the rain, Chuck Perkins who's getting everything outside taken care of for us, Brett Stalls be pushing the buttons inside. My man Nick Magnano, I am Doug Gann. God bless you all, and good night.